Josh Sweat was crazy. Like, how is D lineman just picking off your pads? Like, what's going on? Like,
So
something not right.
But they did bad on all three levels though.
Hey,
they muffed 2 punts. He's throwing to like the other team.
Anything that can't go wrong will go wrong. They don't upset the lyric. I've been told me, listen, it's literally aligning how I saw it in my mind. Like, all right, Brady gonna struggle. He gonna be have an average record, make it to the playoffs, and they gonna play the Cowboys, and all's gonna be well.
I just feel like it's gonna come down to talent, and I just feel like
no, that game is not gonna come down to talent.
They're gonna make Brady beat them with his arm,
and he will.
They're gonna make Dak beat them with his arm.
But they got two potent running backs.
What happened last week?
They didn't run the ball that much.
You know so the week before that, Zeke was by himself in front. The week before that, Zeke was by himself as pegged as the workhorse. He ain't working on shit.
Pollard is there, right? Yeah. Zeke is there. So I see. You remember Mike McCarthy was out of a job, right? Sure. And that entire offseason, he was like watching film. Yeah. He was like filming that podcast where he was doing. He was showing how he was watching film. I just feel like Dallas Cowboys, how much I don't like them. That one game was a one-off. That game was horrible. Mm-hmm. There's no way they played that bad.
What? So, bro,
you think it's one-off, and they look like normal Cowboy to me.
We just talking about the Jags, right? The Jags look phenomenal against the Cowboys.
Right.
That, in my eyes, and I told you then, that sparked the run. I said, y'all better get y'all act together because the Jags are coming. You better get your act together because that sparked that run.
It was like, maybe we can do this.
It sparked the run. You can say it was a trap game for the Cowboys. They play us after that. But I'm just saying, you can say whatever you want. But for the Jags, that sparked their run. And if you really want to keep it real, because I might sound like, hey, the Cowboys shouldn't have beat us.
Next.
I feel like they shouldn't have beat us. We beat ourselves.
We beat ourselves the last 3 drives.
At the end of the day,
we beat ourselves.
A loss is a loss at the end of the day.
Against the refs as well.
Right.
Yes.
So, they're trending down for real. If you want to keep it real, the Cowboys are trending the wrong way.
Wrong way.
And the Bucks are trending the other way. That's how I look at it. So when they lock one, and that's Monday night. That's the last one.
Yeah.
The last game. So that's a whole lot of pressure on that.
Yes.
Like, there's no way you come back and you lead an interception.
He gonna fold, bro.
Even in that game against the Eagles, right? Like, although I feel the same way you feel, Eagles should have won that game. The last 3 drives was crazy. But they still put up those points. And Tampa Bay have not been able to put up more than 30 points.
No, you're right.
In the game.
I think they're going to hold Dallas though. So I don't see Dallas putting up. I don't see Dallas putting up more than 21 for real.
Let's. That's what I'm saying. But let's keep it. Listen to me. Let's just let's look at the facts.
A lot of those Super Bowl players for that Super Bowl defense are still
That's
there.
exactly what I was about to say.
They got Todd Bowles.
That Tampa Bay defense.
They admire him as a defensive coach, defensive guru.
And he's been that.
So McCarthy watched tape, and so does Todd Bowles.
Right.
So now they're gonna say we're gonna take the CD away.
That's it.
And we gonna take the run away, and we're gonna double CD, and we're gonna make Schultz and T.Y. Hilton. You're gonna have a showing, an outing.
Shout out to CD Lamb. I got him on my fantasy league, and I'm in the playoff right now.
He's gonna be on my team next year.
He balled out.
He's gonna be on my team. I took
he
Michael
balled out
Pittman
this year.
A couple.
Listen.
It's on.
My thing is, just line it up. First off, do you have any pedigree or playoff experience that you can see on that Dallas defense? Do you see any?
The only.
Is there any? No, not opinion wise. Do you see anybody on that roster on the defense? Mm-hmm. Let's start there. Just on the defense. Is there anything there to say? All right, he has pedigree and tape and history of showing up in the playoffs. No, there's nobody there on that team. There's nobody there on the Cowboys team.
They're going to take Michael Parsons out that game.
That's what I'm saying. All you got to eliminate for real to separate that defense is Michael Parsons. Would you separate him? Trayvon back there going to bite. He going to get himself out the game.
Let me ask you this, though, because you guys know the facts. Who's defense coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys right now?
My man from Seattle. What's his name?
Campbell.
I'm looking right at him. I can't think of his name. Is it Gus Bradley? No, that's not Gus Bradley. It was the other. The other one.
So
he just averaged. They're running a cover.
We're recording right now, but at the same time, we're gonna edit this out. Find out who he is and how much experience he have in the playoff. Because at the end of the day, it's going to come down to strategy.
Whoever, but he don't got more than Tom Brady.
They got
no more recent success.
But they got young, hungry players.
Who got young, hungry players?
Who has Cowboys on the defense?
Let's stop right there.
In the right position.
Let's stop right there.
They got one good corner. The other corner is trash.
Who is king of trash?
And Tom Brady got like, they forgot Julio Jones is still there. Oh, they forgot.
That's what I'm saying.
Russell
You
Gage
talk about
there.
young hungry people.
Oh, they forgot.
You got old hungry people on that Tampa Bay defense. They got. I mean, on the offense, they got stuff. Julio has everything to prove. You feel me? If anybody on that offense still has something to prove, it's Julio. You know Mike Evans is on pace to go down as a top 10 all-time wide receiver already.
So Julio played in these last couple games.
He's been around. He get that one catch. He be like, damn, they should. Why they ain't got nobody on Julio?
Dan Quinn.
Dan Quinn. I said Dan something. I think Dan Quinn
from Seattle.
Exactly. Yep.
But he ain't been right since he tried to turn Keanu Neal in the into the safety.
So, but I says to say he has Super Bowl experience. He has playoff experience. A lot of it coming from Seattle.
Who beat Seattle in the Super Bowl?
The GOAT.
Okay, that cover 3 ain't gonna work.
GOAT.
That cover 3 ain't gonna work, man.
Come on, bro.
It's nothing that they could do to throw at Tom Brady.
Let me get my tequila real quick.
Yeah, man.
We're gonna start.
Coupes.
Yeah, man. It's literally unraveling how I saw it. Like,
yeah,
literally.
man. It's perfect that
that's
they're going to take him
next
out.
week is gonna be a bomb ass episode because I got Dallas Cowboys.
That's cool.
You tripping?
That's cool.
I'm not wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
You tripping?
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, something very wrong with that.
I'm just ain't nothing wrong with that.
What's on ESPN? Man?
Oh, ain't the national championship tonight? Georgia and is that tonight?
Is it? It might be. 7:30.
It is.
It should be starting right now.
Yup. Georgia gonna bomb them.
It's a TCU about to look.
TCU is
about to look bad.
Yeah,
but it's still good for TV though. Still good for promo.
Yo, we got top 10 pick too. Stop playing.
That's what's up, bro.
That's
a good joke.
Stop playing.
That's a good joke.
Yo, this brisket though. Yeah.
From Wawa?
Yeah. I didn't even know. I said what?
I ain't gonna fuck with no brisket.
True.
I want my slow meat pause from
what,
somewhere
what?
distinguished. Can't be getting slow meat from Wawa.
Well, I did with your sandwich. I don't know about that.
Got that slow meat, bro.
No, what's going on?
What's brisket if not slow meat, bro?
It's a sandwich. I don't know. We get sandwich from Wawa all the time.
You know what I'm saying? Hot cheese popcorn pretzel. That's all.
Yo, why y'all trash, man?
Yo, we trash, bro. Super trash. 7 games in a row, we trash, bro. 7 in a row, bro. 7 in a row. We had a 5-game lead on first place in the division. 5-game lead on first place in the division. You feel me?
I called it. Sunshine.
Jaguars really came from the back and took the top spot from us. We over here losing 7 straight. They like, man, if we win 4 straight here and then win 4 straight there, same thing is going on the 8-game win streak. So did it dirty, bro. Did it dirty, bro. I'm just so happy because I'm just so happy because what I wanted to hear all year, I finally heard today. You know what I'm saying? We fired everybody. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Shout out to the GM being gone because now that he's gone, Mike Vrabel is the GM. You feel me? They done turned him into Belichick. They let him they giving him ultimate power.
Ain't nobody running that 3 clouds of dust football.
Listen, he's an old school 3-4 base defense.
You think he's not gonna go and change his actual style of play?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
In that run game?
No. Well, look, when you say change his style of play, so look, you could go from a West Coast zone run scheme, and then you could go just a power run scheme. It's still a run scheme. It's 2 different types of run schemes. You feel me? So we still gonna run the ball. How are we gonna run it? I don't know. We don't got the quarterback for like a spread or air raid.
Who is he gonna get as his quarterback?
We don't got the quarterback for a spread or air raid. You feel me?
Or is he gonna get Aaron Rodgers?
I ain't gonna hold you. I put it. Listen. I did it. I posted it on my personal Twitter today. I said, "This is my first official request for you to come to Tennessee, sir." I seen you told Jamal Williams when he said, "Hey, bro, let's switch jerseys." He said, "Nah, not this one, bro. I kind of need this one." Mm-hmm. Why would you need your very last jersey of the season unless it's your very last jersey as a Packer? You feel me? Why you gotta keep this jersey?
How's the weather in Tennessee?
It's equal to Green Bay. It can get cold in the winter, but it's nice and it's no. Green Bay gets way colder though. Green Bay gets way colder, but we have horrible winters too.
If I'm an old ass quarterback, I'm looking for some good weather like Tom.
If my numbers, if my number is 12 and I don't have 7 rings to fall back on like the other 12, then I can't just go where the weather nice. I gotta go where the W is. Not to say that that's with us. Not to say that that's with us. It just clearly isn't with Green Bay anymore. It just clearly isn't with Green Bay anymore. And since he did last buy a home near us, it's always gonna be for the last 3 off seasons. We get the well, Aaron might go to Tennessee because he got a house out there. You know what I'm saying? So now we just always gonna be in the mix because he got a crib out there.
Yeah, house out there.
Right. So
I will never forgive y'all what y'all did to Julio Jones. I will never.
Well, Julio did to us. Julio came to us, took a check, got the rehab, and went down to the GOAT. What did we do to Julio?
No,
what did we do to Julio?
Y'all paired him with the wrong quarterback, bro.
Who paired him with? I did not give him to Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah, he did. No.
That was a John Robinson move. He is no longer with us.
No.
He getting thrown under the bus.
He getting thrown that. We're not doing that.
He getting thrown under the bus.
When we had Carson Wentz, you was all in on Tannehill. Yeah, man,
I was all in on Marcus Mariota.
No.
I was all in on Marcus Mariota.
You got, man, I guarantee you, if you type in Tannehill on your post, you're going to bring them Tannehill posts up on your Facebook. Oh, man, we got Tannehill, and we got the most air yards per whatever.
First off,
I ain't trying to hit none of that. That was your man.
When I mentioned Ryan Tannehill in good news, it was facts, stats that I could prove. You did not hear me say I love personally Tannehill on any post, on anything. I don't like Tannehill as my quarterback. I rock with him. Yes, because he's on my team and his stats were above average. They weren't great. They were above average.
When folks try to tell what was really going on and he was super mid, Dak Prescott, Kirk Cousins, Jimmy G mid, I was like, no, man, we got the most.
No. Because the numbers are the numbers. That's shout out to my man K-Dot. He do this to me all the time with Dak Prescott. He loved to tell me Dak Prescott numbers are so impressive. As trash as he is. So I get it. But Tannehill numbers was respectable before this season.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Super mid.
Nah, it's not super
mid. That's like somebody going to bat for Kirk Cousins right now. That's like people going to bat for Dak Prescott right now.
I go to bat for Kirk at 1 o'clock. You know that. We go to bat for Kirk at 1 o'clock over here.
Mid.
On this program, we go to bat for Kirk at 1 o'clock. Now, anything after that, 4:25 starts.
I didn't go NFL Network. Oh, I'll be the lone wolf. I'm not. No, mid.
That's fine, bro. That's fine.
And again, what did I say? What happens if Kirk Cousins draws a time slot other than 1 p.m.?
Then he's losing. But we never had this. That was never a debate.
Hold on.
He won 1 game outside of 1 o'clock, bro.
I'm picking Kirk Cousins.
You absolutely have that right. You absolutely have that right. Let the chips fall where they may.
Wait, hold on.
I just want to put that on record as you guys are going through.
No, we're going to get there. We're going to get there. We're going to get to the record.
Can I get a cup, bro?
Yeah, absolutely.
Gracias por favor, señor. You're not going to do the double down with that joint.
What?
Put the killer in the Weezy.
Yeah, I'm with that. I'll mix it up. I'll mix the killer with one.
Now this got flavor.
Okay.
What's your cinnamon in it?
No. Is that red?
Yeah, it's red.
You can do cinnamon notes with the red. You can do cinnamon notes with the red.
It's hella good.
Let's do a shot first. So
It's crazy. It's crazy. I went to my local place for that. Paid like $22 for that. That's a $99 liquor right there.
Smooth.
It's crazy.
Okay.
Say liqueur. I like when they say liqueur. Maybe. Yeah. They say shit like that. It's good.
You could take that alone or with something.
But yeah, man. So
you all doing shots?
Yeah, I take one. But what team we on right now? We still talking about Tampa Bay and
so we're gonna be so.
I'll tell you what team we not on.
Bro, please. Why we choosing violence, bro? I'm here dressed in my uniform for the last time this season.
A lot has transpired.
I'm dressed in my uniform for the last time this season.
A lot has transpired.
Listen, I don't know what happened to your Tennessee Titans.
We lost 7 in a row. That's exactly what happened. John Robinson let A.J. Brown go and have a franchise year.
7 in a row is crazy.
Crazy. In the worst division. Like, our division was horrible. We had a 5-game lead.
I feel comfortable to say.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm not comfortable. That's why I'm in uniform. I'm gonna let this. I'm gonna let this help me. I'm gonna let this help me. You mean I'm gonna accept it? You feel me? I'm gonna hit it head on. You feel me?
That's like,
I know how trash we are. I don't want nobody to feel like I don't know how trash we are. I'm wearing the colors. That means I synced it.
That's like
my name is on the back of the shirt.
Titanic when they're like, oh, we're going down with the ship.
Right.
We're going down with the ship.
Shout out to the string. Shout out to the string pick. You know what I'm saying? They the realest out because they didn't leave. They tried to walk off. He said, yo, boys started playing again. He said, you know what? We just going to go in this joint. We just going to go out like this.
The thing is,
we just going to go out like this.
They didn't return for next season.
No, for sure.
Yeah, but you still got your coach returning for
First off, Mike Vrabel is currently Rose Dawson. Mike Vrabel is currently Rose Dawson, all right? He survived, you know what I'm saying? We let Jack float off, you know what I'm saying? We let A.J. Brown is
A.J. Brown has his best numbers, just like Vince Young did, has his best numbers as an NFL athlete in a Philadelphia Eagles jersey. The same as Vince Young. Had his best game as a Philadelphia Eagle.
So big shout out to A.J. Brown for setting the franchise record for receiving yards. I think it was 1496 or something like that.
I don't know who would trade a number one wide receiver. Who would ever do such a thing? Who would ever trade a number one wide receiver?
You know who?
I hate it here. Anyway,
he still has a job at Tennessee.
Who?
The person who traded A.J. Brown.
No, he is fired. John Robinson is fired.
There you go.
The general manager is fired. Shout out to Mike Vrabel because he fired everybody. Fired the offensive coordinator. I've been waiting for Ty Downing to get fired since week 4, y'all. That's when we were still number 1. I wanted Ty Downing fired. Okay? So I'm so glad the offensive coordinator is now gone. He fired like 4 more assistants. I hope he fired the health staff and the training staff because everybody got hurt. We led the league in players on the field this year.
It's pretty good.
Mike Vrabel is the LeBron James of Tennessee Titans now.
Yeah. Le GM? Yeah. He getting his Le GM.
Le Rabel.
That tequila pretty good. Pretty good tequila right there.
Yeah, that's good. I took more of a shot than I should have, but it was easy to take.
Enjoy yourselves.
Okay.
And then
a little cinnamon.
Woo, that's good.
Kaiser Permanente.
We lost 7, and then this will make it worse for me, bro.
Can you please stop saying lost 7 in a row? It hurts me. I'm not even a fan. It hurts.
That's
me.
what I'm saying, bro. How do you lose 7 in a row? We ain't never did that under Vrabel. This a whole lot of never happened. You feel me? A whole lot of never happened while Vrabel been the head coach.
Listen,
he over there playing. Never have I ever.
That is 2 months of not being able
Straight.
to figure it
Too
out.
much straight.
Between coaches and players for 2 months, y'all couldn't figure it out.
Hold on. Again, A.J. Brown is gone. We ain't never the replacement. Traylon Burks, when on the field, was serviceable, but was never on the field. Availability is the best availability. It's the best ability. That's first. So we ain't had no receivers. You know what I'm saying? None. The tight end situation, shout out to Chikakakwo. Great rookie pickup for us as a tight end.
Y'all would have been better off just tanking for real.
Nah, I don't want to tank.
Oh,
I don't want to tank because who we going for? Bryce Young?
Anybody's better than what y'all got. You could have got C.J. Stroud from Ohio State.
I'm going to say it on the program, Aaron Rodgers. Come on home, baby.
Who's Aaron Rodgers throwing to?
Take me home. So who's he throwing to?
Who's he throwing to?
Whoever we draft, besides Traylon Burks.
Wait, let me ask you a question. Are the wide receivers in Green Bay right now better than the wide receivers on Tennessee?
Christian Watson might currently be better than Traylon Burks. Outside of that, it's the same comparison.
Yeah,
Lazard
he's better than Robert Woods.
Lazard is I feel like Lazard is just targets only. Like he's getting targets, so he's going to get a couple catches.
Cool, so nobody's getting targets on the Titans. So
we run the ball.
Their whole
Derrick Henry still was the second best runner in the league all season.
Yeah, they lost 7 straight games.
He was still running, bro. You got to throw when you're losing.
He wasn't running.
You got to throw when you're losing. We still ran.
This is the problem I have with the Tennessee Titans and their organization. With their salary cap and the salary compared to every other team in the league right now.
Yeah, we got a great salary situation. Great salary situation, but you guys are like right there in the middle of all the teams that spent the money on players.
Mid.
And you lost 7 games in a row.
But everybody we spent money on.
Is it coaching?
No, everybody we spent money on. You're not wrong. We spent bread, but everybody you mentioned we spent money on, they all, and I mean literally all, got hurt. The defense, Bud Dupree got hurt. Jeffrey Simmons got hurt. Kevin Byard probably was the most healthiest star we had all season. That's it.
Got hurt too.
The cornerbacks. We haven't had a healthy cornerback all season. Kevin Fuller was supposed to be our number 2 because our number 1 was hurt before the season started.
So Tennessee played 7 playoff teams in 7 weeks.
We were not healthy for the past 10 weeks. And I mean, like, to the point where half of our starters are not on the field. Okay. Can you win it? True or false, can you win a game with half of your starters missing? Can you? Half.
A good quarterback will give it a chance. They sat Tannehill.
Bro, y'all was only missing.
Tom Brady.
First off, I want to hear that.
Tom Brady.
You're right. A good quarterback will, but y'all can attest that the not having your roster is an ultimate reason to lose. Y'all was missing just Jalen Hurts and couldn't get that shit right for 2 games. Just Jalen Hurts, and couldn't get that shit right.
Now
he come back. He's still a little off, but he still won.
You wish you had Gardner Minshew.
Right.
I do not wish I had Gardner Minshew. He was previously a Jaguar. I was not a fan of him then.
Listen, at least he take a chance. Tannehill doesn't take chances.
Bro, we ain't had to take chance quarterback.
We went to 2 games. We went to 2 games in live and watched Tannehill.
And we agreed that he was trash both times.
Super mid.
He lost one, he won one. We thought he was trash both games. I don't know which one to tell you.
It's like he doesn't operate outside of the play.
First off, he's a wide receiver for real.
He is a wide receiver. Was drafted as a wide receiver. Was drafted as a wide receiver. Yeah. Well, he was drafted as a quarterback, but he started as a wide receiver.
In college, he started as a wide receiver.
Well, no, give it up for Tannehill then.
No, we're not doing that.
No. He got
seven losses in a row is horrible.
You're drafted in the NFL to get paid millions as a wide receiver.
No. In college, he started
as a wide receiver. Got
and then transferred to
right.
And got drafted as a quarterback.
But still, that's pretty damn good.
Nah, I guess.
That's all for that.
I mean, the only person that did that is like Joel Embiid, who started playing basketball late, become a superstar.
Football is different though.
My man, Charlie Ward.
Yeah.
Charlie Ward. You know what I'm saying?
He was All-American in both sports, though.
Yeah, that's true.
What's the bull from the movie with the lineman that just that didn't know nothing about football? He was homeless. He was homeless, but they told him to start blocking, and he was the best left tackle you ever seen. You feel me?
Right.
I could be wrong before
Michael Lord and shit.
No, I thought you were talking about Remember the Titans.
Bro, please.
Oh. That was
Yo, I just don't understand what I did. Bro, I'm here. I'm here.
I was wrong.
But we can get started. Welcome to the Check It Up podcast.
What's going on?
There we go. Welcome back, and we are your hosts. I'm your host, EJ, and these are my brothers.
Yeah, it's Mouse. It's Short. I'm in the building.
And Biz.
Yes, sir. And we have been missing for a couple of weeks.
We back.
Man down.
We back. But it's been a lot going on in the NFL.
A few things.
But we have to start with the Buffalo Bills and the DeMar Hamlin situation.
Yeah.
And prayers were up for him. And we actually, on our podcast and on our Twitter feeds and our Instagrams, we had prayers for him on a prayer line. And between our podcast family, we send out those prayers. That man is heading home right now.
Yeah.
Back to his family.
On the way.
After going through something that I think no player have ever experienced, and even former players, seeing a player going through cardiac arrest and needing to be revived on the field.
Yeah, that's major.
And that was something that no fan wants to see. Beast, when you saw that happening, like what were your initial emotions?
It felt eerily similar to early in the season when Tua got concussed. You know what I'm saying? It's an even more serious situation than that. But seeing it live, you see Tua's hands, just curl up like that. It gives you the feeling like that's not right. Something not right.
Something wrong.
Same thing, and making a routine tackle, getting up, and then just falling back like that. The most random of random, but still to actually see that, it would be almost shameful. But it definitely would be shameful to have continued that game, because like I said, how can you focus on your job when you have your teammate, your brother, you know what I'm saying, and you don't have a clue what his status of life is. You know what I mean? Like that's tough.
Yeah,
that's tough.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, like I said, shout out to him. Bless up. You know what I mean? He found God's favorite for sure.
Yeah, man.
So, it just had that look like something not right here.
And shout out to the NFL for making the right call.
Shout out to the coaches.
Yeah, it was the coaches.
Yeah,
it was the coaches.
Because
We're going to give it to the coaches.
If you leave it up to the NFL, they're going to go for their bottom line.
First thing they did was say, in 5 minutes, the game will be resumed. Zach Taylor walks to the middle of the field like, no, it's not. Right. We not finna resume.
Also, shout out Booker McFarland. No matter how, I'm personally not a fan of his commentary, but in that moment, he kept it all the way real. He kept it all the way real, and I had to take my hat up to him. Like, he took a stance as far as how, like, that's something most players have never, like I said,
never seen it.
I've never seen, never been through, and never had to react.
Right.
React.
There's no precedence.
There is no precedence. So it's like everything stops.
Right.
Everything stops. So, and then it's going from broadcast to broadcast, commentator to commentator, and it's like nobody knows what to say. You know what I'm saying? Gotta stop.
I think the most beautiful part about it, I mean, it's a bad situation. We ain't never seen it before, but I have never seen the amount of love and unity, and just like everybody being of a single mind so quickly. I'm not saying people have never joined in unity before, but the way everybody riled up together, everybody got together quickly. Like the man's, for those who don't know, he got I guess it's like a charity, where his toy drive charity. My man's goal, because he started it before he got in the league, and the goal was $2,500, and it was sitting there the whole time. You feel me? Man's goes down. and in 2 hours it was at $3 million.
Yeah.
Everybody show love.
By the time we hit the next day, it was touching $5 million. Today, it's at $10 million, I believe, or at least over $9 million. I know for sure it's over $9 million, but it could be at $10 million by now as we making this recording.
Right.
So the point is, like, the world immediately came together and said, "Man, it's bigger than football. It's bigger than football." You feel me? I watched every player that wore a 3 pull up and say, "Yo, cuz we doing this for the 3s." You know what I'm saying? We doing it for him. You know what I'm saying? And that's a beautiful thing, because people, we selfish as just earthlings, you feel me? As humans, I ain't even. I mean, as Americans sometimes, you know what I mean? But because you spoiled, so when you see real life hit you in a game that's supposed to be in something that's a game, and then life all of a sudden shows up, and everybody unites and accepts what needs to be done, and it gets done. Shout out to that medical staff. The NFL is a business, but that medical staff did their job to a T. You feel me? Like and the man would not be here. Let's not forget, man's really died on that field. Died on that field, and it took somewhere between 9 minutes and whatever to get him back to stability before they could even move him. You feel me? Imagine anybody, imagine the person you sitting with right now. Imagine if they just dropped dead next to you, bro. Like, what are you supposed to do? Like, you wasn't prepared for that. That was not one of the A, B, or C options of what could happen after this is over. You didn't see that coming. You feel me? Somebody hit option D, and it throws you off.
Let me ask you this though: us as fans and other football players, like watching this play in real time happen. For T. Higgins, the player who actually caught the ball
and hit it,
and caught the ball, lowered his helmet into the chest of Damar Hamlin, and potentially caused the issue, right? Did anyone check up on him? And it was one player in particular that went live. I'm not going to say his name, but went live on air and essentially blamed him for that injury.
That's kind of tough.
Yeah, it's very tough. So.
I feel like that was him just taking a hot take at the moment and running with it. Like, I don't think he initially, because first off, I'm going to say it because it was Bart Scott. You know what I'm saying? Bart Scott threw the shot and said, yo, I'm going to blame T. Higgins for it. But he also had 2 other segments that same day on the same show where he didn't blame nobody. And, it's a freak accident. So, and Bart Scott is a player, so he understands from all perspectives. So I'm not going to hold that to him. Now, I feel like that was just a hot take that people ran with. I mean, who caused the altercation? Where did the physical contact come in at between T. Higgins and him? So yes, T. Higgins was the initial contact that caused that was the catalyst to the situation.
Right.
Is he at fault? No. Is he to blame? No.
Right.
If we just talking physics, that's physically where it occurred. You feel me? So we know what if Bart Scott's coming from that concept, cool. But to blame him, no, I'm not doing that. And that is a freak accident. It's
a routine tackle.
It's a routine tackle, and it ain't even a routine tackle. The tackle was kind of whipped, and T. Higgins' body just so happened to be heading in the direction of Hamlin, who was trying to get the tackle, but the body got to him first.
Yeah,
you feel me? So he just got hit. And facts is facts, bro. 7 pounds of pressure is all you need to hit a man and put him out of his misery. You feel me? If you hit a person in the right spot in the head, 7 pounds of pressure gonna get him out of here. You hit a person in the chest, dead on. Cave him in the chest, and you unprepared, you ain't tightened up, tense up, and ready for it, you could potentially stop somebody's heart. That CPR can stop your heart the same way it can start it. People don't be understanding that. You feel me? The pressure you put on your heart is equal either way.
Right.
So, I'm not blaming T. Higgins. That was a freak accident.
Yeah, no, especially because Hamlin got up and took a few
popped
steps
up, bro.
And just, it just happened. You know what I'm saying?
Also,
it wasn't like it was instantaneous.
So is it something that may have been something that wasn't diagnosed with his heart? He had problems already.
So, segue. Recently, shout out to my man Deuce Abrams. You know what I'm saying? He had found a link with some potentially damaging information for the NFL if it ever have any connection. It isn't just the NFL, but it's the world in general. 2 things. One, the Surgeon General of the United States has said there may or may not be a connection between professional athletes ages 18 to 39 who have been vaccinated.
Yes, I read that, yeah.
And high performance activity, you feel me? Also, there was also another report that was dropped of, we all seeing Hamlin go down, but since December alone, you could go check and see that damn near 200 athletes have died from heart attacks, cardiac arrest, or sudden death. And it ain't just football, it's soccer, it's baseball, it's men, it's women. What I noticed that was stark to me, and it was like blew my mind when I was looking at the list personally, I saw a lot of people's deaths, and I looked at the ages, and they were dying before 30, bro.
Sorry to cut you off, but I got a friend right now in college that was one of the most healthiest athletes playing for Kutztown University. Is going through the same situation right now. Is on critical condition from a heart situation where he felt pain in his stomach, and he's in critical condition. He's fully vaccinated. So it's not just athletes; it's just people being vaccinated across the country. You start feeling ailments, and you're seeing the highest diagnosis of these things happening across America right now.
I feel like the spotlight always come up because once it occurs, we in the moment now. We living in it, and you react how you react to the moment. But I feel like in general, because my wife said this to me, she said, "Yo, so damn, if athletes dying from getting the vaccination, do we got to worry about our kids? Because we got the kids vaccinated." I said, I feel like it's a slight difference. You talking about athletes whose body was set to one way for the entire time, and then you introduce something else to the body chemically. Now the body has to adjust. Most bodies are already at their maturity. There's no more, improving on your own without some type of outside performance. You feel me? The body is not built to improve past a certain age. It's just supposed to maintain and then deteriorate from there. You feel me? As humans, you grow from 0 to 18, 0 to 24. After that, you just either there or you digressing. You feel me? So if you get your vaccination after 21, your body has to adjust, but it can't get better from, like your heart.
Right.
Your heart is pumping. It's used to pumping at this speed. The vaccination might have something specific to everybody's DNA. Your DNA might not be affected by it, but maybe somebody with that genetic code, when you get this vaccination, and it might be that 1,000 athletes that got that vaccination, and it triggers something in your DNA that if you doing too much, your heart can't handle it. As opposed to say now my kids, they got vaccinated, they going to grow up. The oldest is 9, so he got 20 years before he's fully mature.
Right.
His heart is still developing and growing. It can adjust now to a vaccination as opposed to a full-blown adult. That's my concept on it.
That's probably the most factual statements I've heard.
That's real. No, it's definitely real. And like I said, people will look at Fauci and say, this. I mean, at the end of the day, there was no clinical. And I've watched Fauci, when this was going on, these COVID vaccinations were being introduced. He was saying there is no clinical data on this.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
we're going to get it as we go.
If there is no clinical data, guess who becomes the clinical data?
You, the guinea pigs, us.
You know what I mean?
That's why they had to press it like that. Yo, we need y'all to take this. We ain't no way for us to figure it out unless we make all y'all take it.
Right. So like I said, it's very valid, and we may not, that's an article that's out now. So, of course, media won't put too much focus on that article right now because they don't have data as well.
Right.
So we're talking about, and even when the vaccines were being introduced, we're talking about 5-10 years down the road. You know what I'm saying?
Before you do anything.
We're only, what, 2 years removed from mandatory vaccinations? You know what I'm saying?
This ain't the same thing, but it's similar. Like, with the vape, people love them vapes. But then they, 5 years come out, and they're like, yo, the vapes got metals in them. You literally getting irons and metals in your lungs, literally, like you swallowing metal.
And it's worse than cigarettes.
It is worse than cigarettes. The whole time y'all vaping because y'all thought it was better. Now we got data. It's worse.
Right. And then, like I said, since we're talking about vaccination, with the vices that people choose, we don't know how the vices of each individual person, how they will affect the vaccination. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has a vice. You know what I'm saying? No matter, whatever it is, we don't know. We just don't have the data to know how it will affect day to day, a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years down the road. You know what I mean? So
and then you got people again with the athletes and specifically, it's certain things that it's not an overdose, but if drug A and drug B and drug C are in your system at the same time, they're gonna react similar to an overdose of any one of them drugs. So again, it don't necessarily have to be that the vaccination did it. It could be the vaccination in addition to one or two other things. And this combination, the rarity that it is, when it comes together, this is what you're gonna get. And people start dying. But we don't have the data. So as long as we wait for the data to get collected, we just gotta make our own assumptions.
The proposal is for the NFL to go back and do a medical checkup on every single player right now, to make sure that you check every condition inside the player who definitely got vaccinated, to see how that may have changed their health going forward, because that's the only way we can really mitigate that from being an issue going forward. Because as you can see, it's data that's showing that not only athletes who are at the top tier of being the healthiest people on the planet, that people are unhealthy taking the vaccination.
Right. How
that's going to affect them going forward. And also, not just that, but how is the vaccination affecting your health when you're saying that unhealthy individuals are dying from COVID? How much is the vaccination affecting the health of others, putting them in a lower tier of health, and affecting them in a way that they're dying and lowering their health standards.
Because, I mean, when you look at any of them commercials with any of them prescription drugs or anything that they give you.
Right, exactly.
And every single one of them.
Right.
It's going to fix whatever they claim. It might fix whatever they claim.
Right.
But the residuals
and
may cause blindness.
All types of everything. And the scary part, they speed race past those things.
Yo, that may cause death. The whole time she in there with a mimosa smiling at you like, yo, it's lit, y'all.
Right. And I wear glasses. I can't see that shit.
Like,
you feel me? That little tiny print, bro. They get at one point, they got the media got sued for the whole, speaking fast on tracks. Like, yo, you got to slow that down, bro. Right. You stealing, you robbing people, bro. There's no way you expecting people to say, hey, bro, everybody got that slow down button under control.
They giving you 30 side effects.
Exactly.
Yo, you fixed my one problem, but now I need Jesus. Like, damn.
Exactly.
There ain't no more medicine. No more medicine.
Breaking my arm to cure. Hey, I'm sorry.
Yeah, man. So I feel like it's the same thing with the vaccine, folks.
And we can go down a rabbit hole because there's a lot of things that points to the contrary when it comes to certain things, not just in sport, but in what we do to control our health when it comes to medication and big pharma, whatever we want to call it. But Buffalo, the teammates of that player, the amount of support that they showed him, not just with players going up to the hospital, but also, coming out wearing his jersey,
going hard, man,
going hard, and also that
every sport, hockey, they was throwing up signs all over the wall in the stadium.
CNN was reporting on this.
Yeah, man,
it wasn't just a football issue.
Everybody showed love.
It was a human being that everyone just took notice to, just to put him in prayers, and then you had an actual player go on live and pray for this person.
Yeah, for real. You know what I'm saying? For real. Instead of it wasn't just thoughts and prayers hashtag. It was my man legit bought it out to him.
That was the most. I actually had a tear come to my eye because with my household we're very much about prayer and making sure that we pray for our people who in our possession and in the need, right? And when that happened, that showed that mankind, even on television, that man was willing to sacrifice whatever he had going on.
Jeopardize, because this world will jump on you for stuff like that.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Depending on your religion and whoever you subscribe to or whoever you pray to. Mm-hmm. He did that. And that's how critical that situation was at the moment.
That was love.
Shout out to him.
That was love. That was deep.
For sure.
Absolutely.
But that Buffalo game, those players had to come back on the field the next week, and they played.
It was angels in the outfield. They started running everything back.
And that first play was like a movie.
Yep.
Bro, right? They started running everything
Think
back.
about that. Like, for a 96-yard kickoff return to be the very first play that happened in that game.
Definitely angels in the outfield vibe.
Watching that live, what did that make you feel?
That was dope.
Yeah.
That was, like I said, I felt like, I said, oh yeah, it's folks out there today. He got them pulled up to the game and whatnot. All right, we outside. You know what I'm saying?
It's, like I said, it's power in prayer. You know what I'm saying? And it's anything that enough people come together and pray about and put their good energy into, it's going to affect, right. It's undeniable. It's undeniable energy. You know what I mean? It's just, at that point, and probably that was Naeem Hines right there.
Yeah, both of them. He ran two of them.
Right.
Two of them.
He ran two of them.
So it's like you're playing, but you're probably playing having an outer body experience.
That's
like,
it.
Oh, is this really happening right now?
I'm just gonna do it.
It's really happening right now. Like, right. You know what I mean?
Listen, Rashad Weaver, we lost our game, but Rashad Weaver played with DeMar Hamlin in high school and in college. So they tight, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot of people. Pittsburgh got a one of the D-backs off Pittsburgh was hyped too. They got an interception, ran all the way back to the 30 on the 3, put the ball down on that joint. You feel me? Put the ball down on 3.
That's a sharp fact.
Yeah, Rashard Weaver, he got a turnover on the 30. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, bro, you get the ball turnover on the 3. Yeah. Hamlin you out here playing defense with Hamlin. You feel me? It was a lot of angels in the outfield all weekend for boy. And I think that's what's up. I think that's dope.
Yeah,
that was super dope.
Definitely a brotherhood moment.
Yeah,
all throughout the league, it just felt right. Like, all right, man. Because like I said, a lot of times we are self-absorbed. Self-preservation.
Yeah.
Comes into
me first, folks.
Me first, folks. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah, like I said, it's good to see that, you know, not just the teammates, the organization.
The world, bro.
Yeah.
The world, Craig.
Sports,
right.
Everybody, you know,
It was dope. It was beautiful.
It's a lot of craziness out here, so that was a good moment.
I thought that was
a feel-good moment. You know?
I especially thought it was awesome for DeMar specifically, because when you do good things will happen to you. And like his story before then, it was like, yo, you understand why everybody love him so much. Like Bull really be doing, he's a vibe, he a good person, he do well in his community. He came in humble, he hungry, you know what I'm saying? He always bring us a good vibe.
Right.
To see him go down, damn, bro, it's like I lost my bro, you feel me?
Right.
And it was immediate. You could feel it from everybody. They're like, yo, nah, he's a good dude. We want to see him well. And for him to wake up to the world having his back, I don't know, man. That's like winning the championship. You feel me? The feeling he might have felt.
And to ask, did we win the game? Yeah.
That's it. That's a thought. And the doctor had me crying though. I don't know. He said, "Yeah, DeMar, you won the game of life, bro. What? What's the score? I'd have been tight. I ain't gonna hold you. I got this tube down my throat. Wait till they take this tube out. I got 2 words for you, bro.
What movie you just watched?
What movie? Yeah, because you won the game of life.
I know. I was there.
It's like, but that's from our point of view. Like really take a second to think about that. Though. Like you woke up and you was like, did we win the game? Like you're still in that moment.
Right. He think it's still Monday. He woke up thinking it's still Monday.
Through that time. And I
did not give that any thought.
And a lot of people talk about T. Higgins. T. Higgins was up there at the hospital with him for a lot of days.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, was up there with him. You know what I mean? So, you know, so that's a lot to take in.
I'm trying to remember what show it was. I believe it was on FS1. Can't be sure. But another analyst had to say all these thoughts and prayers, and everybody showing all this love. NFL like, yeah, look at us. We got the best medical staff, but y'all don't care about Bull.
He was talking about
he was killing him about his bread, because he's like, yo, all right, so his contract like 4 years, like $5 million or something like that. It's solid, but it ain't no guarantee in there. The signing bonus is like what, $450 or something like that.
I believe it had to do with your tenure in the NFL.
Yeah, but he don't got nothing.
Yeah, I think it's like you have to be
5 years vested.
Yeah, right.
5 years vested before you could even get into your pension plan. So there's no pension before you hit 5 years. So you get whatever you work for. You get whatever you played out.
Yeah.
So, and his contract was set up where it's like 4 or 5 years, and he on like year 2 of it. And so far, he only got his signing bonus, and his base salary is like $180 a year, right? So for this,
the GoFundMe page,
right? So him getting $180 was that's what he was seeing. After that, he got to play to see anything else. The rest of that contract ain't guaranteed as of right now. So if he never plays another down in the NFL, my man basically got like less than $500,000 to fall back on.
I did see something though. They said that the Bills organization was going to show love and look out for him. I'm not exact. I don't want to quote what it is that they're taking care. I'm not sure if it's the medical bills or what, but there was something that you know, if they hadn't stepped in.
It's sad that we even had to have that conversation.
It would not have been covered. I'm not sure if it was the medical bills or if it was something that the Bills are stepping in as far as they want to look out for him.
And that's what's up.
Like, right, and like I said, that goes to the good, you know, the goodwill.
I feel like that should be automatic. Like, and that's what the boy was saying when he was snapping. He was like, yo, like, y'all, why we got to talk about this? Warren Sapp was just cussing people out recently about healthcare. He's like, yo, bro. He says, yeah, you know you got to wait 5 years before you find out if you're getting in the Hall of Fame.
But that's the thing, like.
You also lose your insurance as soon as you get that 5 years, too.
Negotiate these deals, though, right? Who's supposed to be for the players, right? The union.
Uh-huh.
Right. So
what's your point?
So you got players that's in.
You ever been a part of a union? Have you ever been a part of a union?
I have not. No.
Yeah, all right. So
it's a lot of
unions.
I will tell you this though. We were going up against the union, and I learned about exactly the details of what the specifics involved in being a union, how that can affect a business if you don't have a union. But having a union, you do have more say though. Yeah,
you got power with a union. Right. But the problem is the power is in the hands of the people that you choose to give the power to.
Correct.
But the choice ain't always yours to give them the power. Right. That's the problem.
You have input, but at the end of the day, the people that you appoint
got the most power.
They will have the final say as far as in accordance to what the company will agree to and what the union will agree to. So there's always give and take. Like, we'll give you this, but the company got to get something too.
Right. And so that's all good and well.
That's the dynamic. It
but
gets
then
more political. You know what I mean?
That's where it get finicky at. Because it ain't just the NFL. It's in any industry. Every industry. If there's a union and a company, 2 things. One, union and company gonna have they bits and bouts. The union and the employees gonna have their bits and bouts.
Absolutely.
You feel me?
Nobody gets everything.
So and then the thing is with the union, it could be what's the word I should use? I guess it could be corrupted, right? So if the union is corrupted, not to say like it's doing dirt, but to say it's only worried about the top heavy side of the business rather than the lower level folks. So we only worry about first or third round picks and starters. You feel me? If you're not a starter, if you're not first or third round, we ain't worried about how you end up because technically you won't last 5 years in the NFL by average. You people drafted at the third round won't last past 5 years. So we not worried about you. And that's where it be with big business, with the sports, with any business that got a union and a business that got to argue. The union may look out for the players, but it may only be looking out for a certain level of players. And he's not at that level of player where he's automatically covered.
The one thing I would say about when it comes to union and negotiations and stuff like that, the players and the people who work under leadership loses out. Because the one thing you learn about unions, that leadership is not able to help out people or players.
No, you lose.
You can't. Like, you can't do nothing that when a person signs up for a specific job, they have to be able to do it without leadership helping them. And that's what you learn. So, yes, if he got hurt based upon a job that he signed up for, there's going to be a lot of things specifically that specifies that he did exactly what he was set and paid to do.
Right.
He got hurt doing that job, and that leadership put him in a position to be successful, and he got hurt doing his job.
Right.
And that's the reason why these contracts are negotiated in a way where it's going to be incentivized for the company, because now the company is saying, well, we're going to make sure we got the proper things in place to make sure we set these players up for success. So anything that happens on the field is because the player did something wrong, or the players did something wrong, defense or offense.
Right, and like I said, in these random cases where there's gray area, now it's unfortunate as far as the unions and big business become reactive instead of proactive and saying, okay, we saw something like this happening. So now it's unfortunate that something has to occur to be the precedent.
This gonna come up next argument. You feel me? So, the next CBA is gonna come up.
Right. So the next CBA, You know
who they're gonna blame it on? They're gonna in the next CBA. They're gonna blame it on T. Higgins.
No.
They gonna find gonna find that he lowered.
I mean, they might use
lowered his helmet into his chest. Although that's a regular play.
Yeah.
They're gonna find a way to say that chest hit would have been a penalty, because that is somewhere in the handbook that showed that is not allowed.
That's gonna be a reach though. If they try to do that, that's a reach. But for the bread, I can see him trying to find something. But if they tried that, that'd be a reach.
Very, very interesting stuff. All interesting, but it's sad to say. But again, he survived with the power of prayers, and that what matters the most. And it's shame on anybody who thought that game should have continued, because the NFL made the right call along with the coaches and everyone who pushed the issue.
Shout out to Skip Bayless. You see, man's.
I wasn't gonna say your name, Skip.
I'm gonna say it, Skip. Hey, Skip. I just want you to know, Skip. Shout out to Drip Bayless. You know what I'm saying? Can't lose in these shoes. My man keeps
sharp, not showing up.
What's up, Unc? Nah, Unc was doing it for the players. You know what I'm saying? That Unc was on his player time. That's what's up. He did that as a player. I respect
he went to a Lakers game and hugged LeBron James.
He was mad when he didn't get the camera out fast enough for the dunk. I seen it. He was tight. He didn't get the camera out fast enough for the dunk. Damn it, I missed it. So, but for those who are on the fence with that Skip situation, I thought it was hilarious because, like, I've been watching Skip my whole life watching sports. You feel me? Like, so I kind of, like, not to say I know ball, but I understand his personality a little bit. So when he made a tweet, basically sarcastically, you feel me? And it was kind of like jabbing at how the NFL do like to think about the money more than the player, and that's all it was. But he finished by saying, but the players was most important. Like he made sure he pointed out. So I get it. He improperly read the room. He didn't understand the moment. He didn't understand how deep, and he clearly didn't know how hurt Hamlin was.
Right.
So that wasn't it. But again, he ran with a take. Threw it out there, and that shit hit the wall, and it was horrible. It was horrible.
That's clickbait going wrong.
It was horrible. Exactly. It was clickbait going wrong. But I understood his intention. It was just horrible execution. Horrible execution. And the world let him have it. When I say nobody else,
Man.
Nobody gave no shits how he feels. No, let me explain. No, we don't hear no explanations.
Listen,
he should be fired. You know what I'm saying?
that episode by himself, he changed his opinion about everything that was popular.
Yo, I heard,
he
boy.
became a LeBron James
Dog, I
fan.
saw the LeBron part. I said,
that's
he said,
for
LeBron,
fans.
I
That's for
am
clout.
a fan. I said, damn, bro, you in trouble.
That's for clout. That's for clout.
You in trouble when you gotta go run for Brian. When you gotta go get Brian, you in trouble if you gotta go get Brian, bro. You gotta go get
I was watching
Brian.
all the time. I was like, this dude is really reaching right now.
Yo, I'm like, no, you in trouble, boy.
He grab onto every life raft right now. He's like, every grab onto
He says now, this show is going to be difficult. And we're going to try not to offend anyone. I'm like, bro, it's way too late.
He said, I didn't get that part.
Bro, it was the beginning. That's how he started it. He said,
I came midway there.
Yeah. He was like, man, we're not going to try to offend anyone. We're going to try. This is going to be difficult. I know people, you know. And this one made me crack up because he said, and if you have any thoughts or feelings that you would like to give to the show, please tell us, tweet at us, and tell us. And I'm cracking up.
Wow.
But this is the big print part. He said, at Undisputed. I said, yeah, because you can't ask Skip Bellis right now. That ask Skip Bellis is hot. At Undisputed, bro.
Yo, when I watch Undisputed, I just watch Shannon part and I just go to the next.
I bang with Skip,
I don't
bro.
watch Skip.
I like Skip.
I can't. Well, me being a LeBron James fan, I can't watch Skip.
Hey man, you know what? And that's why I got love for Skip, because Skip be like, man, I seen the go, you trash. And I be like, I mean,
but
I saw the go too.
But do you gotta be trash to be the second greatest player in the world?
In Skip's mind,
all
yes.
times. And that's the thing. That's my problem is that you gotta diminish another person's value to see that the other man is better. When you're talking about the top two players, even if you try,
he not cool for doing it on his platform. He not cool.
The way he does it.
The way he does it on his platform, but. I will say that that's what we all do. Soon as it's not who we think is number one, we gonna say that other person trash. We all do.
I didn't like listen. I didn't like Kobe all those years.
Me neither. I didn't like Kobe in the beginning.
He went up against AI.
I didn't like Kobe in the beginning.
And I was an AI fan along with LeBron James.
I was a T-Mac fan. You had to pick one of those three.
Exactly.
You feel me? I was a T-Mac dude.
I respected Kobe's talent.
Right. Exactly. By the time Kobe retired, it wasn't about whether you like or not like him. You respected the grind so much that it was like, no, give honor to Kobe's sign. You feel me? That's how I felt by the time he retired. It's like, no, that's Kobe, bro. Stop playing. That's Kobe.
Yeah, because like I said, it's like if you didn't hate Kobe, he gonna give you a reason to hate him.
Right. And it was on purpose.
As a sports athlete, not as a person, but as a sports athlete, it's like, y'all don't like me?
Right.
Mans would pull up like
60 piece.
Yeah. Oh, it's beef.
55 piece.
It's
beef.
beef.
50 piece in the garden. Hold that.
He told Spike Lee said, this is your fault, Spike. When he was blowing him up in the garden, he said, yo, Spike, look at the stat line. That's your fault. You did that. Gave him a paper with the stat sheet.
I see absolutely nothing wrong with athletes playing the villain from time to time.
Yeah.
I see nothing wrong with that.
Like, except for fantasy football, because they really will take the knee at the one, knowing they could have walked in for the touchdown. And then when you say something to them, they talk about something, don't give a damn about your fantasy. Bro, but you got your check, though.
Right.
You feel me? You got your check, though.
Yeah. You know what happens? Like,
ESPN ain't playing them players.
I was about to say, stop picking those players.
Right.
And see how their value diminish.
Nah, I ain't gonna not pick them either, though. They might have carried you to the chip. Y'all they might have carried you to it.
As fantasy players, we can't complain, you know?
That's it.
With the Bills securing that win, they're the number 2 seed, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Are they the team to beat?
No. Mm-hmm. The number 1 team is the team to beat. And it's not because they number 1, it's because they Kansas City Chiefs.
But what makes Kansas City Chiefs unbeatable?
I'm going to say this again.
No, they're not unbeatable.
No.
But they have the best skill position player in the whole playoffs.
That's it.
Pat Mahomes will light fire.
That's it.
If you're not on like 8++ that week, you will catch fire.
They gave this man an extra game. He broke a record.
Fire and brimstone.
They gave this man an extra game. He broke a record.
Like just look at it. Let's look at his list of accomplishments. This is year 5, 6 maybe, if that.
Never forget. People be forgetting. The last time Drew Brees threw for like 5,000 yards, or he threw for like 5,000.
In like a average record.
Right. And then at that same year, like Brady had threw for like damn near 50 touchdowns. In that same span, that same year, Pat Mahomes had the 5,000 and the 50. You feel me? He was drawing. Like he get buckets. Like he's a monster.
Right.
So at any moment, when in doubt, we gonna Patrick Mahomes it out, because you can really do that. Like you can really sell out, throw the playbook out the window, and just say, all right, Pat, just go do something, because that's how good he is. You can do that with a lot of other quarterbacks, but at his level, he's done it so often and so consistent that you can't put nobody else over him, at least not from the field, except for maybe the GOAT, but that's the other side of the conference, so he ain't got to worry about that.
But in the games that he lost, it's because he got pressured, or he had to make a quick decision, or he had to run around and throw the ball, or ad-lib, right?
Yeah.
So if a team strategized and play him that way, because he don't have the best wide receivers right now in the league.
So, but he still threw more yards than anybody else in the league. So that's discounted already. Doesn't matter that he had the best wide receivers.
But if you could put pressure on him and make him make quick decisions while his wide receivers are getting jammed and throws up the timing, could that be a strategy against?
You say wide receivers, right? Now, cool, wide receivers. You're right. You can find a way to cancel out the wide receivers. Find me a way to cancel out the tight end.
Yeah, like I said, they got the best tight end. You know what I mean?
Find me a way to cancel him out.
So basically, you gotta shut down 2 players.
No,
the wide receiver.
You had to shut.
He threw quarterback.
There is no number 1 wide receiver. He threw for 5,570 yards.
55 is gaudy. 5,500 is gaudy.
He broke the record for yards in a season without a number 1 wide receiver. That means no one player gets 1,000, but everybody getting 800. Okay?
Right.
Everybody getting 800.
Okay.
And Kelsey getting 13. You feel me?
Right.
So that means you can't take one part away and think you slowing him down. That's literally what 5,000 yards across 8 different receivers means.
so who has a chance? Not Cincinnati.
Cincinnati does have a chance. Cincinnati does have a chance because they got 3 receivers that get 1,000 yards.
Right.
In this age of
Joe said
quarterbacks getting these huge contracts. When you break it down, it's like you're gonna say, all right, once you pay your quarterback, you're gonna lose the majority of your defense. Their defense isn't top notch. They have a couple. They have a Steve Spagnuolo,
Chris Jones.
But that's the Giants defensive coordinator that beat Brady. So he's not the best defensive coordinator.
But he's situationally great.
He's situationally great as far as getting pressure. So if I can get decent play from my front 4 and not have to blitz and my gang of others can
Chris
play
Jones is still elite.
You know what I mean? But it's still the Pat Mahomes show. So. At the end of the day, you're going to be in shootouts, as we saw last year. They're going to be in shootouts with the Bills. Yeah. They're going to if it winds up being the Chiefs, Cincinnati, then they'll be in a shootout with them. But at the end of the day, you got Pat Mahomes. Like yes, they can be beat. They have losses,
right.
I mean, you got Pat Mahomes. Like at the end of the day,
that's all you need to separate. That's all you need to separate.
I respect Joe Burrow. I respect Josh
Allen.
So this is how crazy it was. They made a change because they had the tie, and the Bills beat the Chiefs earlier in the year. Correct.
Right.
So what they wound up doing was, if it winds up being Bills versus Kansas City, this is the first time ever they're going to pick a neutral site instead of Kansas City having home field. I guess that would be the AFC Championship. If they meet in the AFC Championship, that will be held for the first time ever in a neutral stadium.
Right.
That'd be crazy.
So that takes away the home field. That could be the reason why they mess around and lose in a shootout. You mean you never know. But Pat Mahomes with Kelsey, and you gotta look at that Uncle Andy stole Kadarius Toney.
Stolen.
That's a first round pick. That's a Florida product. SEC battle tested.
Yeah.
I mean, he can be a Tyreek Hill like player. I mean, did y'all watch the last game when he did the ring around the room?
Yeah.
Something crazy like
they're
toying.
Went right in the end zone.
Very disrespectful.
Isaiah Pacheco, that was a steal late in the draft. You know what I'm saying?
Juju is great. Juju was great for them.
Juju
was great for them, low key.
You know what I mean? Like
facts.
Jerick McKinnon. People forgot about Jerick McKinnon.
McKinnon was a stud for the 49ers.
Third down runner, and even before that with the Vikings. You know what I'm saying? But he had a couple bad knee injuries, and now he's back to form.
Remember, he was rolling before they got Mitchell and before they got McCaffrey, before they got every other running back they got. McKinnon was over there hooping. You feel me?
Right.
Then Mitchell showed up while McKinnon blew his ACL, and that's when Mitchell started going on. But McKinnon was over there hooping low key on the Niners before he got hurt the first time.
I'm trying to tell you,
you feel me?
They on that offensive line, they're sending at least 2 players to the Pro Bowl for the second year in a row with a young offensive line. They stole Orlando Brown from I don't want to say stole, but they traded for Orlando Brown from the Ravens. They got Creed Humphreys from Alabama. They're retooling the line while paying a hefty price tag for your quarterback. They're doing it the right way. People need to look at that offense and the offensive scheme and see what they're doing.
And you know what's beautiful about it? You already won a bowl while he was on his rookie contract. you got this big bag out the way already.
Right.
So now you can get comfortable. What we in year 2 of the big bag?
Yeah.
So by the third year, if you're not used to the money you spending already on him, you wasn't gonna get used to it. So the GM is comfortably like, all right, Mahomes' money out the way. This is what I got left to spend. He's used to this process for now 3 years in. I know how to fill up my roster with the money I got because I've been doing it like this successfully for the last 3 years.
Right.
And because your quarterback is so great, you're going to get wide receivers that want to take less to go
just
play
to pull
with.
up.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's.
And then when people do walk away from you, you either gonna trade them for value and get more value than they worth, because that's usually how people leave. They get traded for more than they worth. Or they gonna leave for free, and you still gonna get a compensatory pick out of it anyway. You feel me?
We should see.
Right quick though, they traded Tyreek Hill. I mean, that has to be one of the most even trades ever. Like, look, we just paid a quarterback. We can't pay you. We'll trade you somewhere. And Tyreek Hill is bull.
And he got his bread.
And he got his bread. And he's still top 3 in receiving.
And he in the playoffs. Everybody wins. Everybody wins.
We both get paid. We both in the playoffs.
Everybody good, bro.
Everybody good.
But did Kansas City actually win?
Yes.
And when do you find out if they actually win? Is it them making it to the Super Bowl?
Or they won already.
Today?
They won already.
How?
The quarterback
first off,
5,500 yards with no number 1 wide receiver.
So that means I don't need
a Super Bowl yet.
That don't mean nothing. That wasn't what you was trying to achieve when you got rid of.
You have to.
No. You won one already.
In the grand scheme,
you won
with him.
But you won that ahead of schedule. Remember that. That was that Super Bowl was not
right.
Yes, but that wasn't because of Tyreek Hill. He was just a big part of it.
And they also lost. They also lost with Tyreek Hill too. They
won
with Tyreek Hill.
The very next year.
So,
but they recently won with him.
Yeah, but they won. They lost the next year with him.
Right.
So I mean, look, it's like the old TikTok thing. It's like a win is a win. You know what I mean? It's a TikTok. It's like a win is a win.
And so
as far as everybody gets what they want. Now everybody's goal is to win the Super Bowl. There will only be one winner eventually.
Right.
But as far as best as you can to make sure everybody wins, everybody won.
Everybody won,
Everybody won. You know what I mean? So, because I mean, you see some situations. Perfect example. Devontae Adams won, and the Packers didn't. Packers didn't make the playoffs. Aaron Rodgers looked horrible for the majority of this year.
Right.
Devontae Adams set the record for the Raiders. He put up 1506 and set the franchise record for receiving yards.
And got his bag.
Yeah.
So and you got out of the cold to go for Vegas. I mean,
he would already be the best target trade piece on the market immediately if he ever went on there. Because they actually said, so does it change now that Derek Carr's there? He said, I mean, that's why I came here for, and he's not the starter. So
yeah.
I mean, I'm here, but
I
came for Bull.
Here you go.
Right.
Would they go get Aaron Rodgers?
Hell yeah.
The Raiders would. That's Al Davis energy. That would be Al Davis energy to go get Aaron Rodgers.
And it's good weather.
It's great weather. And he's a California boy. Well, he's a California boy, so they're not in California. But Vegas is close enough.
I was about to say, you can't get
Vegas is close enough.
It is dry heat out there.
I want y'all. And for context, when Madden first started putting them X Factor superstars on people, Aaron Rodgers was the first one to get the gambler X Factor on the joint, which is a card with an ace sign, an ace of spades on it.
Okay.
That's the tag for the X Factor superstars. Okay. It's just the ability when you on Madden. The better you are, the better ability you get. Okay. And Aaron Rodgers was the first one to get the gambler ability.
I'm holding on to that tape. You hear that tape somewhere else? You won't know where you heard it.
You know what I'm saying? Just know.
Aaron Rodgers to the Raiders.
Check it up. You know what I'm saying? We telling you what you ain't know somewhere else.
That's gonna be the highlight. That's gonna be the short.
You know what I'm saying? Folks don't be knowing, man. Y'all don't play man though. You know what I'm
saying? Yeah. Say that and look into the camera so I can make sure the short is correct.
Check it up. You know what I'm saying?
No.
The whole thing.
What you just gonna say about the gambler?
All right. So Aaron Rodgers on Madden. You know what I'm saying? I don't remember which man. Whenever they started putting these X Factors and superstar factors on there. Shout out to Lamar Jackson. He got the coolest superstar on the joint. It's called Truz, spelled incorrectly as fuck. It's Truzz. And that's basically the handoff between him and the running back. It's going to go every time. No fumbles. I don't understand why that's his joint, but that's his joint. You know what I'm saying? And Lamar, we Truz. Shout out to, what was Bull, Mark Ingram? Because he started that shit. That was, he started that. Woo. But yeah, so he got the Truz joint. But Aaron Rodgers has a X Factor superstar ability of Gambler, which is a card with an ace on it, ace of spades. And that's for, his ability to take risk and succeed in that ability to take a risk. Nobody is better in the Hail Mary pass than Aaron Rodgers, all right?
You looking at Joe like, hey, that's money.
You be like, yo, listen, that's what I'm saying. He be at his own 30, launch that joint. He be like, I know somebody down there about to catch this joint. Right. And somebody down there about to catch that joint. And there'd be like 3 people down there. You'd be like, damn, that joint in his hands.
Absolutely.
The gambler, bro. He started that.
Nice. So, with everything being said over there, obviously you guys are picking the Kansas City Chiefs to come out of the AFC right now. So moving on to the NFC. And we had two games that in particular the nation was watching. That was the Philadelphia Eagles playing and the Dallas Cowboys playing.
You had to watch them at the same time on different channels.
Right. And you had Dak Prescott saying, oh, we're not watching the Eagles. We're not concerned with what they do. We're just concerned with what we're going to do and go out here. And
they clearly weren't concerned about what they were doing.
And it's obviously that wasn't the case, right? But we can start with the Dallas Cowboys because they went out here and they looked horrible. And they were playing against the third-string quarterback.
Yeah.
What did you guys see? What did you guys see watching the Cowboys and Dak Prescott?
They are who we thought they were. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
We let them off the hook.
I got one even
Playoffs.
I got one even better than that. You know what I saw? 2009 Tony Romo. That's what I saw.
What happened?
That's what I saw.
What happened, B?
That sounds pretty accurate.
Legitimately, I'm talking about like just
Can you give an example?
inaccurate passes. I mean, the overthrown dudes literally threw to Kendall Fuller and it hit him in his chest and he dropped it. And as the announcer, the analyst is saying, wow, that not only could that have been an interception, it could have been a pick six. They repeat the same play, it looks like, and throws it to the Kendall Fuller side again, and he pick six it.
What that tells me is that was a scripted interception. He was like, damn, I fucked up. I was supposed to throw it the first time. Throw it again.
We're gonna have story time. We're gonna have story time with Uncle B's for a second. I remember watching the New York Jets and the Darrelle Revis-led defense, New York Jets, one year. Might have been like 2009, 2010.
Revis Island.
But something around that time. And they're playing against the Cowboys Sunday night. And for some reason, I watched Tony Romo drop back. He pump fake, and is looking at Darrelle Revis. And Darrelle Revis is looking back at Romo like, you're not going to throw this. And after he pumped, he threw it directly to Darrelle Revis. And he picked six that joint. And the Cowboys lose that game. That's exactly like I'm literally on the same side of the field and everything. Like it looked exactly like that. Like
Cowboys going Cowboys.
So is it as a player, do you anticipate certain things you do is going to cause an effect on the player? So he assumed that Revis was going to react to his pump fake. He threw the ball.
It looked like they literally made eye contact. It literally like they made eye contact, and it was I wish it would. I wish you would. I wish you would throw this.
Right.
I wish you would.
Bro,
and he did.
I'm gonna throw it to your hands.
I mean, that's the point of studying tape, bro. But some of that is the point of studying tape. Not to say that was a moment where Revis just studied tape, because it probably was. Right. But I've seen tape where I've seen conversations with defenders and offensive players where they say, look, when you're watching the tape, there was a one play in particular that I noticed, and I said, I'm gonna just watch this one play. It'll never be nothing, no reason or rhyme to why they did it. They just felt like a hunch because their skills and mindset and their experience says this is one that I should pay attention to, right? And so, say for example, we got a Peyton Manning play where he's supposed to normally it's a 3 wide receiver set, supposed to have 2 goal routes and one skinny inside. You feel me? Normally that's what happens, and we're gonna have one person. He's gonna come over here and run out. Cool. Every time you do this play, I notice that you let this receiver run to the left. And every time you see me on defense when you run this play, you see me cut into the right.
Right.
So now I'm going to act like that. Say you run this play 3 times in one game. The first 2 times, I'm going to act like I'm going to do what I normally do on tape. That third time is when I catch you off guard and pick that shit for 6 and take it to... But that's what defenders... It's a chess game. It really is a chess game.
Who was playing like that? Not to skip game to game, but my man Jalen Ramsey. Yeah, he was in Geno Smith's head for a couple of those plays.
Yeah.
He was in Geno's head like, oh, I wish you would. Oh, you did it? Yeah, we going the other way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A couple times.
You can tell the ones that study tape like that, bro. And it's good when you can see the tape on film. When you can see the tape on tape.
And like I said, to me, those middle tier, those mid quarterbacks, you don't want to get them in certain situations.
Because they can read the shit out of them.
Because it's going to end bad. Like Kirk Cousins, like to me, Dak Prescott, Kirk Cousins, Jimmy G, like they're in that mode. Like, okay, you can go out there and throw 35 plus times if you want.
Right.
Because we're gonna be on a couple of them Jones.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to run, stick to the run and you catch us off guard a couple plays.
Wait for it.
Cool. But if you go ahead out there and throw 35, 40 times if you want.
That's what happened to Matt Stafford this year. In the beginning, he kept trying to go back to the well. Let's force it to Cooper Kupp. There's a couple of them picks that were just like, bro, everybody knew he was throwing it to Cooper Kupp. Like, it was obvious and shit that it was going to Cooper Kupp. Like, what you thought? They just was taking it from him. I'm like, yo, you bought that.
But is this a situation where it was the coach calling the play, and because he ran the same exact play, he thought that the team wasn't going to notice he was running the same play with...
That can happen. I throw him at it all the time.
Exactly. Like
I run the exact same play back to back.
Being moved, like certain things happening on the line, right?
Yeah.
And you may think that the defense is not picking up on that, but you're calling the same exact play.
Right.
And now Dak just being a quarterback that listens to his coach.
Doing what he's
like
told.
Russell Wilson, right?
Yeah.
Doing what he's told.
Right? Great comparison.
And it was just basically based off of throwing a step back and just throwing, hoping that the cornerback throw was something different. And the cornerback was like, no, I watched you, bro.
Yeah, like, stop playing with me.
Stop playing with me.
Like, stop playing with me. Okay. To the crib we go. We're going to the cribus.
Hey, man.
So, yeah, Dak Prescott, stop listening to your coach and make some judgments on the field. Man, when you get paid that amount of money, man,
what's more name?
Throw up a play. I'm pretty sure Jordan been giving plays.
Is Kellen Moore still their coordinator?
Yeah.
Who?
Kellen Moore.
Yeah.
Former Boise
okay.
quarterback. That was one.
Former trash quarterback himself in the league. Trash in the league.
But he had one of the most prolific offenses in college with Boise State. Shout out to Blue Turf.
I'm about to say,
shout out to Blue Turf. You go back and look at Titus Young.
That turf was
tough. My other man, Titus Young.
The blue on blue was bad, bro. The blue on blue was bad.
Doug Martin, the Duggernaut. Doug Martin from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That was their running back.
Muscle hamster.
Doug Martin. You know what I'm saying? Muscle hamster.
That's the craziest thing. I know nothing about those players, but I just remember the turf and the colors of the jersey.
You don't remember? You just remember the color. All right, yeah. That was good.
The colors was
that blue on blue used to be crazy off the screen, bro. I used to be looking like, man, they're not playing football in this, is they?
Illinois was tough. College tough. Since we talking about college quarterbacks, that was tough. R.I.P. my man Colt Brennan. That's an ultimate football name. Old quarterback from Hawaii. You know what I'm saying? 5,000 yard throw, 4,500 yard throw off the football. Back then, when the Colt McCoy days.
I'm about to say, the only Colt I care about is McCoy, Texas.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Texas.
R.I.P. Colt Brennan. He was on the Redskins for a couple years.
Yeah, I remember.
One of the best college offenses.
He was on the Browns too.
A perfect football name, Colt Brennan.
Wow.
Come on, man.
Wow.
R.I.P. that guy. That's one of my favorite college quarterbacks.
If you ever watched The Ranch on Netflix, used to be a great show. I liked it. Shout out to Ashton Kutcher. He was started that show. But the boy name was Colt on there too. He was also a football player.
Anybody named Colt?
Ashton Kutcher's name was Colt, and he was a football player, starting quarterback. Colt's definitely a quarterback name. You know what I'm saying?
So after watching that game with the Dallas Cowboys, they got to head down to Tampa Bay
and play the GOAT
and play against the GOAT.
7-0 in his lifetime versus the Cowboys.
What are the chances that
Zero.
Cowboys come out?
Respect to the GOAT. You know what I'm saying?
Come out on the other side.
I said what I said.
And with the win. Who do you got in that game?
The GOAT.
Oh no, I'm taking Tom Brady hands down.
Fuck.
The GOAT. I'm taking Tom Brady hands down, but I'll say like 60-40. I'll be respectful.
That's pretty close.
I'll say like 60-40.
All right, I'll be respectable.
Okay.
Because
that might be too much respect right there. 60-40 is
I was giving it 85-15 personally.
Because the overall rosters, I feel like the Cowboys' impact players, they might have more than Tampa has shown. But at the same time, there's nothing Tom Brady hasn't seen as a quarterback.
Nothing.
And he knows Dan Quinn, former Seattle defensive coordinator, who he beat in the Super Bowl.
He knows Mike McCarthy too.
He knows Mike McCarthy. Cover three will not save you. They will not save you.
And he know the Cowboys. So he done beat their ass from all perspectives. He done beat the coordinator somewhere else. He done beat the coach somewhere else. He done beat the Cowboys in Dallas on a regular.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The man's ain't never got to worry about Dallas. You know what I'm saying? Now, I will say, because I said this, I was saying it to Bees when he was watching the Packers game. When they first started putting the clip up and everybody was picking Packers, I said, man, whenever they do this is when you know the Lions going to win.
Right.
They were showing all the previous the last 3 times, then the Lions and Packers closed it out, and all 3 times something freaky happened, and the Packers somehow win the game anyway. I was like, man, y'all doing all this. Anytime they make it seem like it's locked in, that's when other team win. So I'm not going to lock it in and say that's guaranteed that Tampa Bay going to win. I'm going to give it 85-15. But I definitely like the GOAT. Give me the odds on the GOAT.
85-15 is like an injury happened, like strategy, like with Tom Brady going down.
Yeah, the GOAT got to go down for him to lose. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Right.
You're right. You were on, man. You were on, man. GOAT got to go down.
You taking the Cowboys though, aren't you, EJ?
I'm taking the Cowboys.
Say it on Sam. Yeah, all right, cool. Just want to make sure we had it on tape.
I just want to lock that.
Listen,
to make sure.
I just feel like at a certain point, you just can't go any lower than Dallas Cowboys played this past weekend.
Yes, you can. Dallas has shown you that they can.
Not this bad. You're playing better on all 3 levels: defense, offense, and special teams.
It look like the Titans out there.
I just don't. Yeah.
Bro, you've been choosing violence all episode, man.
Shout out to the Titans, though.
If I had glasses, I'd take them off. Shannon Sharp.
Listen. No.
Put your glasses on.
Put your glasses on.
Shout out to all the teams that's getting early access to off season to get better. Like, go get better, guys. individually.
Get better. We had the shaky butts.
No. Overall, shout out to Bears for getting the number 1 pick because they need the most help. I would not draft with that number 1 pick. I would trade down and get
3 picks.
I hope Bryce. If I'm the Bears, I hope Bryce Young has an amazing camp, amazing pro days. I hope C.J. Stroud has amazing pro days. Not needing a quarterback, you can trade Dak and get an abundance of picks, which is what they need.
Players.
Justin Fields, it was like that was amazing, but it was horrible at the same time because not only are you running because you have to. Like
they're running for your life.
They need you to run.
Right.
So
you agree that they need to keep Justin Fields as their quarterback?
Hell yeah. No. He showed his work.
Okay,
And now with the track record of Tua just needed a quarterback. Needed a wide receiver. He got one. Jalen Hurts needed a wide receiver. He got one. Joe Burrow needed a wide receiver. He got one. You feel me? Everybody else that just needed a wide receiver
that's what
got one.
Move. Like that Joe. Like people have to. And I don't think a lot of people realize this. When you got a franchise quarterback that tears his ACL and your offensive line is shifty,
you're supposed to get a lineman, left tackle.
You're supposed to go get a lineman,
left tackle at that. You feel me?
First in the draft, if you're that high,
they went and got a wide receiver.
His wide receiver, and it's
his wide receiver.
It's his wide receiver. It's a gamble, but they wound up in the Super Bowl,
right?
And they spent money on the offensive line. So there's more than one way to skin a cat, but that was a gaudy, we're all in move.
Right.
It was beautiful. It worked out perfect, but it set a precedent because now everybody else go get a wide receiver for whoever you feel like. And Justin Fields,
same way.
Yeah. Go get your D-Hop. You feel me? Everybody that, if you just give me what I need, we going to handle it. Derek Carr was the only one that didn't work out.
Especially on a rookie deal. If you want a rookie deal, you know what I mean?
Derek Carr did not work out. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's kind of sort of true because they had Amari. They went and got Amari. They had Amari for a little bit while he was on his rookie deal.
Right. Oh, yeah, when they got rid of everybody. Yeah.
And they had Khalil Mack and all that.
Yeah, so I guess that counts.
Broke it up extremely early.
So shout out to the Cowboys. This is the only time I would listen. This is me hating on Tom Brady right now, and you guys know I do that from time to time.
Who do you hate?
That's fine.
That's the real question.
Listen, I hate the Cowboys more, but I just feel like the Cowboys just will not go out and perform that bad.
Why won't they? This is literally where they do that at.
But let me preface the statement.
This is literally the time of the year where they do that at.
I've seen Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers not being capable of putting up points on the board.
Okay.
And one thing Cowboys can do is put points up.
What that got to do
6 points
with anything?
I'm rocking with you. I'm rocking with you. I hear you.
That's what I'm saying. What that got to do with?
But the week before that, how many points they've been averaging before?
It don't matter, bro.
30. They've been averaging 30.
Take into context.
They have not scored over 28 points a game,
brother.
So I feel like they have to meet in the middle somewhere. Right. Both, I feel like both somebody that has to meet in the
25 to 21.
I'm calling 28 to 21, and I'm Tampa Bay. 28 to 21. 28 to 21. No 30. Nobody's scoring 30.
Dak, look, you call it what you want. Dak been a turnover machine since he came.
Turnover machine, bro. The day they sat Derek Carr, who had 17 interceptions at the time, so did Dak Prescott. You know what I'm saying? You feel me?
The one thing I'm not going to do in this podcast is argue for the Dallas Cowboys. I'm gonna pick them and we're gonna move forward. I'm not arguing.
All I'm saying is, if you guys have been taking this journey with me as I've been, just trying to buy time for Tom Brady until the playoffs, and here we are. And if you've been following my journey on this podcast,
the GOAT,
it's aligning exactly how I thought it would. Tom Brady would do just enough to get him, to win that division that is easily winnable because everybody's ass. Yeah. And sure enough, they get the home field and you get the Cowboys, who you perfect own. And it's like
perfect.
Yeah, that's crazy. Sub 500.
Perfect.
Right now.
It is what it is.
Sub 500, aka division champion. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You got to say that part.
It's a two-part sentence.
You know what I'm saying? You can't come for them. They're not even the only person that did it. You know what I'm saying? Jaguars are there with the 8 and 9 too. You know what I'm saying? Chilling.
I just want to make sure you guys get your statement ready for the reasons why Tom Brady lose.
When you got seven statements for why he won.
Hot take.
Tom Brady gonna do us a favor.
Hot take. Get your statement ready. When we're talking about Dak Prescott.
It's not we're not talking about that. What are we talking about, man?
I'm keeping. Listen.
What are we talking about?
I got Tom Brady and I got Dak Prescott on my fantasy league, and I'm starting Dak Prescott as my quarterback in my playoff game.
That's foolish.
Well, that's cool.
Hot take.
We starting Purdy over Dak any day.
I'm just saying.
We starting Purdy over Dak any day of the week.
Hey, all I know is that Tampa Bay got better skill position players than the Cowboys.
Listen.
Sturdy Purdy.
If you want my fantasy league team name, just to go check and confirm that I have those two as my quarterback.
All right. Hold on. So EJ,
I'll give you that as well.
Because you picking the Cowboys. So let's just go from top to bottom real quick. Todd Bowles, Mike McCarthy. Who you like?
Todd Bowles.
All right. Tom Brady, Dak Prescott. Who you like?
Tom Brady. Where you go with this?
No, we just go little by little.
Okay.
Mike Evans, CeeDee Lamb. Who you like?
CeeDee Lamb.
Really?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I mean, all right.
If CeeDee Lamb gets a pass to him accurately, he's getting that ball.
If the ball gets thrown in Mike Evans' direction, he's catching it. 1,000 yards for 9 years straight. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, let's call it 50-50.
No, it ain't 50. No, jump ball, Mike Evans.
Mike Evans got more tape. That's all.
I would have proposed the question as wide receiver core versus wide receiver core. If you take CeeDee Lamb,
no, I'm going number ones.
For the Cowboys,
I'm going number ones.
As opposed to if you take Mike Evans out of the equation for the Bucks, who's left to catch the ball?
100 catches this year, Chris Godwin.
That's how I would have proposed the question too.
Do you like that receiver Brown for the Cowboys over Chris Godwin? Do you like Noah Brown over Chris Godwin?
I put it this way: all good facts, but what I'm saying, the Cowboys that I've seen this year at their best, and Tampa Bay I've seen this year at their best, Cowboys just look better. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm boiling them down to. I'm boiling it down to Cowboys playing at their best, and their best is better than Tampa Bay's best.
Didn't they lead the league in scoring last year?
Who?
Cowboys.
Tampa Bay did.
I thought Cowboys was putting up like 35 points a game last year.
It was Rams and Tampa Bay number 2. It was Rams number 1 and Tampa Bay number 2.
That's where Cowboys was getting buckets. Oh, that might have been before Dak got hurt.
This is my thing. I feel like they're trending in two different ways. I feel like Tampa Bay is coming into their best football, and I feel like the Cowboys have been drifting away from their best football.
Yeah,
that's over the past month. That's how I view.
They just got into a shootout with the Eagles in Minstrel, right? They put up like 40 points that game before they lost. Before.
Yes, they did. However, do you think? Let me say this. I personally think that was an anomaly because I feel like our defense didn't show up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's my personal take on that. Mm-hmm. So yeah, they did have a good game, but then against the Jaguars, they didn't have a good game. You know what I mean? So over this past month, and then going into the playoffs, the last game, we're talking about 6 points.
Right.
We're talking about 6 points.
That's bad.
They're not getting nobody else back. It'd be different if you were holding out wide receivers that were coming back. That's the staff.
How many points did Tampa Bay score this past week?
I mean, I forget exactly. They lost, but they put up a decent amount of points. Maybe.
Yeah.
But they lost the game.
It's more than 6. It's more than 6.
And they also lost Tom Brady because they couldn't gain anything. So that didn't matter. But the Cowboys had everything to gain. They had to take care of their business first before they could worry about anybody else.
Trash.
And they did hold up there.
Dak his ass.
Didn't hold up there in the bargain.
We still got some topics to cover, and one of the things I wanted to make sure we get into was the Packers and the Lions, because I know last week after the Packers won, and you heard Aaron Rodgers interviewing, talking about how people wrote them off and all these different things, basically overlooking the Lions.
Yeah. But he can do that. He's bodied the Lions so often that if he wanted to be no, because he lost.
Exactly.
But he's done enough.
That's not like being 2020 though.
But in the moment, I'm not upset at it because that's what he does to the Lions. He beats their ass on a regular basis.
That would be like Peyton Manning looking down on the Titans.
Now, they're choosing violence all day, bro.
I'm sorry.
Choosing violence all day, bro.
I'm sorry.
It's crazy.
That was too easy.
As an eliminated person, I can't argue. I ain't got no comment.
But hindsight being 2020 though, with him saying these things, but then right before going into the game, he starts talking about how the journey's been good. It's not about we're gonna win this and we're looking forward to going into a playoff. If you're gonna talk with that same type of confidence the week before playing these guys, all of a sudden you see them on tape and you start talking about your career, like. What's going on with that? Like, how do you instill confidence in a younger player being the leader? You don't. You leave.
You leave.
I don't look at Aaron Rodgers as a leader though. He used to be.
I don't got Aaron Rodgers for in there trying to pull that locker room together. None of that. That's dead.
Yeah.
If that Aaron Rodgers was there, it was there probably 5 years ago, maybe.
Got it.
This Aaron Rodgers is for self. So if it ain't about a chip and y'all ain't looking like Chip, I'm gonna keep it a bean. I'm gonna do what I got to do.
You saw it in his press conference. You're talking about,
but it's been looking like that for years now.
And then he's like, "Oh well, it depends on what
the minute Devontae Adams left, you should have knew the best chance the Packers had was throwing maximum bag at Bull for at least to hold on for a little bit more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Which is what they did.
And that's all they did was throw the bag at him to hold on a little more. They let Love get one game in. He said, "No, I want to play because this might be my last year. Let me play."
We're talking about the same Aaron Rodgers that was throwing those young wide receivers under the bus to start the year.
Exactly. He said, "Man, if y'all don't get your shit together, I'm gonna just
not,
fourth string gonna start."
I never went into the season looking at him like he was trying. He was Brett Favre in this situation. Like,
right.
I'm just gonna do what I gotta do.
Do what I gotta do, and if they do it, then we'll be alright. If they don't, then I'm going.
But is that that leadership style that he probably was trying to take, calling out the players in the media. Kobe has taken that leadership style before.
So it's Big Ben.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean,
it is the style.
But we've also seen Kobe go down on the sword and score a bunch of points, and in those moments as to where his team was subpar, it just
so you don't think that
went by the wayside.
You don't think that Aaron Rodgers showed up in the games he needed to? But
no, I think he did just fine.
He didn't show up at all in the fourth quarter.
I wouldn't say just fine. He had moments. He had games. And he had moments where he showed up, and you saw the flash of old Aaron Rodgers. But he has the body language of somebody who's over it.
Yeah, he seemed done. He seemed done to me. Come on to Tennessee.
He's the old guy on the block, and a bunch of college kids move in, and they got the music bumping 2 a.m, and he's like, "Oh, you mother."
Come on down to Tennessee, bro. Come on down.
It's too cold.
It's
too cold down
also,
there.
we got to give some respect to the Lions because
absolutely.
They went in there and chose violence. They chose violence.
I will tell you exactly why. And so you got about 5 or 6 as of now. We call it shout out Black Monday. We got about 5 or 6 head coaching jobs opening, but a name that you don't hear about and you should is former Eagle Deuce Staley, Super Bowl champion coordinator Deuce Staley. And that name you don't hear about, but he's the run game coordinator and has been for about, I think, since he left Doug Peterson's staff and went to the Lions and became the run game coordinator over there.
I did not know that.
Oh yeah. You see how Jamal Williams is running hard and DeAndre
set the
Swift
record.
Is running hard. Like,
that's
Deuce.
Broke Barry Sanders' record for franchise.
Deuce Staley did
running backs total touchdowns.
Deuce Staley. He left the Eagles because he didn't get an opportunity to become their next coach.
And you know the crazy part? You're hearing about the Lions offensive coordinator. But really, Deuce has got that run. The best part of that offense has been the run game all year. But you're talking about the official offensive coordinator.
Golf has been pretty solid, though.
No, true.
Golf has been pretty solid.
But there are this year they've been grit and grind.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We're talking about Jamal Williams. I mean, he broke out under.
Yeah, he went off. He went off.
So, but shout out to Deuce. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Deuce.
I definitely love how they played all year. I respect the head coach. He's a former player, kind of like got a Vrabel style to him, but. Man. He's not afraid to let the ball go.
Oh my God! The NFL should be ashamed of themselves giving jobs to players like Jeff Saturday and not giving opportunities to.
Again, Jeff Saturday could only ever have been the head coach interim for the Colts. And that's literally the only reason he's here because you don't have to investigate it. No. There's nothing to investigate. You don't have to have any minority interview. No. Wait. The agreement already says when you're looking for your permanent head coach, you must interview a certain amount of people. You must interview the opposite sex. You must interview a minority. That's required. You feel me?
For your permanent
head coach. When you fire somebody, you could throw your left hand in there to hold it down. Whoever you want. Random motherfucker off the street could be the head coach for the interim. You feel me?
Who he is, pretty much a random.
And that's all he was.
Right.
He was literally.
Yeah.
And they brought him in because he got clout and they don't know which way to go. They literally don't know which way to go. So since we don't have no idea where to go, Jeff Saturday's a perfect placeholder. He's a franchise favorite.
And guess what? Well, they got what they paid for.
Nobody's going to be like,
exactly what they paid.
Yeah, exactly.
You see the season's over. Nobody's like, whoa, fuck Jeff Saturday. Nah, they're just going to look for another head coach. We're not even going to talk about Jeff Saturday not there no more. They're not going to say nothing about Jeff Saturday. We're just going to move on like Jeff wasn't even in there.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely wild.
Yeah. So with the Packers losing, another fan favorite, especially for me, Seattle Seahawks and Geno Smith.
They wrote me off. Come on, cuz.
I didn't write back.
Geno Smith also set a record, breaking the franchise record for Seattle for yards by the quarterback in the season. Russell Wilson previously held this record. My man came in first year and broke that joke.
That just looks so bad.
Came in first year and broke that joke. The first year of this trade is working out extremely horrible for Denver, bro. Everything that could go wrong in the first year of this deal has gone wrong.
And they beat Denver. And they beat Denver.
Everything that could go wrong. You paid this man $100 million for 1 year. You gave up your best defensive player. You already gave these dudes a top 10 pick. Bro.
Multiple picks.
No, I'm talking about just this season.
Right.
That first pick is gonna be a top 10 pick for sure. You feel me? It's locked in.
Right.
So the quarterback that you switched out is having a stellar season, going to the Pro Bowl, setting records. The quarterback you accepted is trash. He's not even the most important 3 of the season.
I remember having this conversation, asking was Geno Smith all-star going to the Pro Bowl, and you guys said no
Because he was not at the time. What's your point?
but he is.
He is now. Yes,
And
he
I
is
said
now.
he was. So hot take. There's a check it out moment for me.
True or false? He had eight.
Highlight that.
He had 8 seasons in the NFL before that. Never once previously made the Pro Bowl. So I understand what you're saying.
At that moment, he looked hella good.
No, for sure.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. We just had to wait to get there. I'm not calling nobody a Hall of Famer before they get to the Hall of Fame. You feel me? That's all. He just gotta do something first. He
But
did
you
it.
know how it is, man. That new shiny nickel always stands out more than
That nickel wasn't even that shiny, but it was nice. It was real money, man. It was good money. Good money.
You know what?
I mean, look, we never know. It could be a 1-year thing.
It definitely could be a 1-year thing.
I agree.
Right now.
I watched Jeff Garcia go to the Pro Bowl as an Eagle.
You know why he was being highlighted because it was based upon him getting traded for Russell Wilson, so he was in the limelight.
And he deserves all the praise he gets for this season because he was put in a situation to fail and he succeeded.
So let me ask you this though: now that he's in the playoff,
I expect nothing. I expect
do
nothing.
they
Stop.
make a-
Stop. No. Who they playing first? The Vikings?
They got San Fran.
San Fran. Oh no. Yeah, it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
But it's a division game though.
That's what make it even
There you
worse.
go.
That's what make it even. Who's home? Who's home?
San Francisco's home.
99. They rolled him off.
They wrote him off.
I'm gonna write him
Oh,
off.
they for sure write him off.
I'm gonna write him off. I'm gonna write him off this time.
But they got Brock Purdy though.
Sturdy Purdy, bro. Sturdy Purdy. You know Sturdy Purdy out here snapping though. Sturdy Purdy got hella touchdowns. Since he's been starting, man got hella touchdowns. And he got one of the highest passer ratings in the league. The man is not failing. He's not just game managing. He's winning these games as Mr. Irrelevant. Mr. Irrelevant is winning these games
Yeah.
on his back. You feel me?
And that goes back to
I don't know about on his
On his back.
Not
On his back. He throwing touchdowns.
I mean,
He throwing touchdowns.
But
Not
in
on
all
his-
fairness, in all fairness though, he is throwing the ball.
Throwing 3 plus. Throwing 3 plus touchdowns. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're not playing.
He's throwing 3 plus touchdowns in games. You feel me? Multiple games he got 3 plus touchdowns as Mr. Irrelevant.
But this is the playoffs coming out.
Yeah,
Bro,
absolutely.
Ryan Tannehill ain't thrown 3 touchdowns in one game all year.
No, why you bringing him back
Because
up?
I'm wearing my team. We're not going to have anything to talk about for the next 6 weeks. This is my last chance to talk about my folks. Derrick Henry was the second best running back in the NFL this year. 1,500 plus yards.
You guys, I'm gonna need you guys to scroll down after this video.
Don't scroll nowhere, yo.
Scroll down.
Don't look at no credits.
And find that video that we have as to where I was saying I don't want to hear no more Titan talk after we demolish the Titans.
Oh, I can tell you the exact week he said
And,
that.
and here we are. And here we are about what? That had to be what?
America.
5 games ago.
America.
Yeah,
America.
You know what I mean?
Do y'all remember him requesting
America.
a swear jar for that?
Yeah.
I don't see no swear jar. I'm saying my
America.
time. I'm gonna tighten it up. And
This is your
that's
swear
my,
jar.
That's my drink.
That was actually the opening clip.
Yeah. That's your swear jar right there.
This is-
drowning your sorrows.
Please, pass me the sweet red.
Moon.
Could you pass me the sweet red? Could you please pass me the sweet red? I hate it here.
Okay.
But yeah, Gino, I'm not worried about Gino in the playoffs, bro. They play the 49ers.
They play the 49ers.
Because they play the
That
Niners,
defense-
and I love the Niners defense. Love it.
Shout out to D'Amico Ryans. He messed around and get a
Yeah, he gonna get a job.
He deserves it.
He gonna get a job.
He killing it.
That
He
that
is
energy,
killing it.
that energy he brings to a team.
You know who need a job?
Oh my
And he
God.
probably gonna be trash once he get it, but he need a job.
Cool.
Eric Bieniemy. I just can't wait for you to get a job, sir. You've been top 2
Yeah.
offensive coordinators in the NFL
It's
for
about
about
time.
5 years.
It's about time.
Top 2 offensive coordinator in the NFL for 5 years straight now. I believe it's your turn.
Maybe he don't interview well.
No, I don't think. I think he just happy where he at. I think he just
I don't
happy
think
where
he
he's
gets
at.
interviews at all.
Yeah, I think he's just happy where he's at. I feel like the rumor come up every year. I feel like somebody be like, "Hey, Eric, man, you can probably get that job down there in Texas, the Houston, Texas."
Right.
Nah, I'm gonna stay up here.
Yeah,
man.
Kind of like Josh McDaniels.
Hold on, wait.
Josh McDaniels wish he stayed in New England.
True.
No, but he got to ride now. He got to say.
Right quick, only because
Stidham looks good actually. Stidham looks good for the Raiders.
He trash.
I mean, he looked better than Derek Carr.
He looked better than Derek Carr.
Agreed, but he trash too. So what do we say? but just because we brought up the Houston Texans, my man Lovie Smith, the Houston Texans had a chance to get the #1 pick.
He made him
on
win.
Sunday.
Yeah.
They had a chance to, if they lost,
The ultimate trophy.
they would have got the
#1 pick. It was locked if they
I
lost.
personally feel like they probably came from management wise and came to uncle, and I'm gonna call him uncle because he got the salt and pepper Santa Claus beard.
Okay.
Uncle Lovey Smith, and was like, "Hey man, we're probably gonna go in a different direction, after this game. So you need to do us a favor." And I would like to think that old head held it down and gave them the biggest FU.
Yeah.
And won that job.
I mean,
fuck you, man.
I'm talking about I'm not talking about oh, we kicked the field goal. Like, they were playing hard.
We gonna win this one, coach.
He said that before the game.
You can tell those players were playing for that coach.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about, I left the house, and by the time I got to my next destination, he was fired. I'm like, that's crazy. I said, damn.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But at least that's called going out on your own sword. This ain't going to end well for me. You hired me just off of, we need a bridge for a second.
They showed their hand too soon.
Yeah, absolutely.
For sure.
So shout out to Uncle Lovey Smith, man.
Also, though, let's not, that Texans defense was trash, and Lovey Smith is a defensive head coach. So I feel like when
they had moments, though.
They had moments, but when the best part of your team is not what you're known for, then it's on you. Because
I don't know. But honestly, so that Texans defense wasn't better than their offense. I feel like the defense was the best part of that team.
But let's go back to that.
I don't think there was a good.
Let's go back to that whole interview process.
Right.
Okay.
Who did they originally want to hire? Josh McCown.
The college boy?
No. The former quarterback.
Not Josh McCown, the quarterback.
Yes.
Nah, who wanted to hire him?
Who only had experience as being a volunteer on a high school team.
That's more experience than just Saturday.
But then when the outcries came out about not having a minority head coach being interviewed, that's when they settled for Lovey Smith. And that was the problem. They settled for Lovey Smith, and they took the first opportunity to fire that man.
Yeah. Also,
Houston really be bad at picking black coaches. Yeah, they be picking black coaches and they be bad. Like,
they did that.
They be bad at it.
What was my Dave Cullinan?
The boy that they went thinking he was gonna be Deshaun Watson's dad, and Deshaun was like, "Man, no, I'm out." They was like, "Please, Deshaun, stay. We got a new black head coach." He was like, "Man, please trade me. Please trade me now." They was like, "All right, well."
And Josh McCown, he was backing for the Eagles for a year, right? Yeah. That's who they wanted. Somebody with no experience at all.
None. Because when they ain't got no experience, then you could throw them under the bus and nobody.
David Culley, that was his name last
Trash.
year.
Right. Trash.
And I hate to. I love when minority coaches get coaching opportunities. I just hate the opportunities that they do get.
Right.
Because they get the ones where they get
worse.
Yeah, man.
Like the Texans who are just bridging. We're just doing 1 year rentals. You know what I mean? We're not really.
That's
doing
trash,
it.
man.
It's a horrible situation. You know what I mean? I would love to see Eric Bieniemy get a legit coaching job.
The Lions fired Caldwell too soon one year too.
Yeah, Matt Stafford and them. They love Caldwell. They had him playing hard. You know what I mean?
Fired Caldwell too. The only coach that the only black coach that got to make it is that motherfucker Marvin
Lewis.
Marvin Lewis for Cincinnati.
Right.
Man should have been fired 10 years sooner, bro.
10 years sooner.
He the one that ruined it for the black coach. I feel that he might have ruined it for the black coach. Real rat.
He had a lot of talent, a lot of offensive talent all those years. A lot of talent. That's a bad move. I would love to see more minority coaches though. We need that.
So moving on. So basically, we got the NFL playoffs coming up next week.
Yeah,
and it's a lot of great games.
There's a few.
Listen, it's gonna be good games. So let's start with the Tampa Bay and the Dallas Cowboys game. Who are you guys picking?
We told you to go.
Oh, yeah, I'm taking Tampa.
We stick with the go. Carry on. Next game. Ain't nothing else to talk about.
Okay. How about let me just put mine on record. I got
you
the
said
Cowboys.
it's trash.
I just want to make sure.
Dak is trash.
Who I got. And
shout out to Shady McCoy.
Because I'm gonna do a shirt without you guys here if the Cowboys win.
Yo,
all right, shout out to Shady McCoy.
He was a Bill.
He wasn't a type.
He was a Bill.
So we got
do CJ 2K dance or something. Linda White.
That was my folks, bro. 2,000 yards, CJ 2K. You know what I'm saying?
We got Seahawks against the 49ers.
Give me the Niners.
I'll take the Niners.
Sorry, bro. I wrote ball off.
I wrote ball off, bro. I'm trying to told you. I wrote ball off.
Listen,
that's gonna mess the play balls in.
If the Seahawks get past the Niners, then I think they could get past anybody. But I don't like nobody getting past the Niners right now.
I got Seattle against Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar.
I'm sorry, Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy. Sorry, my fault.
Brock Osweiler.
Brock Purdy.
Brock Osweiler.
My fault. Brock Purdy.
This bullshit.
It's late, Brock.
I'm definitely taking Brock.
Brain fog right now.
I'm taking Sturdy Purdy. Give me Sturdy Purdy, bro.
Brock Lesnar out here. You know what I mean? We got the New York Giants against the Minnesota Vikings.
Give me Danny Dimes, bro.
You already know I'm taking the upset alert.
Give me Danny
I'm
Dimes.
taking Danny Dimes.
Really?
Hell yeah. Give me Danny Dimes all day.
Listen.
You already know where I'm at. You know where I'm at.
I love Danny Dimes, man.
I already know where you're at,
You know where I'm at for sure.
But
And it's 4 o'clock. It's 4 o'clock, bro. I've been screaming. Bro,
15.
Bro, go look at what my man say. Go back and check the tape. I've been screaming 1 o'clock all season. I ain't gassing no 4:30 Kurt. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool on the Reggie Kurt.
Well, I'm sticking with Kurt.
Go ahead, man. Somebody got to.
Somebody got to.
Shout out to my man Black. I mean, when they got some BS weed, they got some swag. They got that swag.
And we got the Chargers against the Jaguars.
Beautiful. I like it.
I want to make my take. I think
At
that's going to be a deep
5:15.
game.
That's a weird time. 5:15.
Great time.
It's West Coast.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
No, it's Florida.
Right. It's still a weird time.
So it's 5:15 for the West Coast then. It must be 5:15 for the West Coast.
Yeah, that's cool. All right.
They over there trying to save them because that's the only people.
I think that's going to be the game of the playoff. That's my take.
Okay.
I'm a huge, y'all know this. I'm a huge Herbo fan. He on my franchise. He on my fantasy team. I signed him for 2 years. You know what I'm saying, because to keep the league, got ball on the contract till 2024.
I'm taking the over for sure.
Definitely taking the over. I like Herbo and them versus the Jags. I think the Chargers got the overall better team. I do think Doug Peterson might be the better coach.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. First off, that's a Super Bowl champion coach.
There
He's
you
for
go.
sure
Exactly.
better than Brandon Staley.
I do think there's a slight.
Even though Brandon, in all fairness, in all fairness, he was a Super Bowl champion last year. What was it?
Who?
The Rams? No, not that. He didn't get the game last year, right? He wasn't there with the Rams, right? He came from the Rams, Brandon Staley.
You talking about the Chargers coach?
Yeah.
I mean, he came from the Rams.
He wasn't there last year, right?
I think he was there last year when he won. No, you don't think so?
I'm not sure.
Because
He's not better than my man WP though.
Man, listen, Dougie can have it.
Let's find that out. But
Dougie can have it.
Listen, while you guys debate on picking the Jaguars, I'm picking the Jaguars.
I'm picking the Chargers. Yeah, I'm picking the Chargers.
I'm picking the Jaguars.
I like the Jaguars, but I don't like them over the Chargers.
Because I like the momentum that they have.
Also, the Jaguars eliminated my Titans, so fuck them. Sorry.
But their quarterback is used to winning, and right now he's winning, and in his mind he's winning.
I'm going
you got Dougie P.
I'm going to take coaching. I'm going to take the Jaguars.
You have to. Yes.
I'm gonna take the
Yes. Thank you, Bees.
Give me Herbo, man. I'm rocking with Herbo.
I do super rock with all the offensive weapons. It's just I dislike Brandon Staley as a head coach.
I'm cool with that.
I feel like they won't ascend as a viable playoff contending team until they get Herbert an offensive head coach.
I'm cool with
I think
that.
they won't ascend like that. So and that says a lot. They're doing a lot with a defensive head coach, but once you get them an offensive coach, like it's on.
So for me personally, if we could start getting the marriage underway, Eric Bieniemy, man, there's a franchise with a quarterback where you can start doing your thing on your own, bro.
That's real. That's real.
You feel me? Because you an offensive mind, and that's an offensive baby that you could really just. He not Patrick Mahomes at all, but he got a God-given arm, and a God-given arm. Since he been in the league, he got the most yards since he been in the league.
No, he look hella good.
He's got a God-given arm, man. So I'm rocking with the Chargers.
Who do you got? This side note, the Denver Broncos job, the head coaching job.
What?
Who goes there? Denver
Anybody
Broncos.
that want a job, I don't worry about it.
But you got Russell Wilson.
You don't need an offensive coach for Russell Wilson.
No. If they're smart, I would say Sean Payton. If they're smart, because if you look at that Sean Payton system,
yeah,
Drew Brees made a living off of smart checkdowns, intermediate passing, and I feel like that's Russ's game at this point in his career. Like he can get the deep ball off, and those shots will be there, but you need somebody that can micromanage that offense.
The defense is already solid.
You know what I mean?
So if you could just keep that going, and as long as they don't backtrack, yeah, I guess you can focus on offense instead. Yeah. I think like you just get him a solid offensive coordinator. He don't need necessarily a head coach on offense.
All right. Well, next up we have the Dolphins against the Bills.
Bills.
Is Tua playing in that game?
I mean, he's playing or not playing, Bills.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he's playing, so you gotta go Bills just to be safe.
And
can I preface my pick?
No, you gotta pick one. You gotta pick one.
Take it to it.
I take it to it.
Okay. No, I respect that because I definitely take if certain players play.
Y'all can go back. I'm a fan of Tua. I like what they can do. You know what I'm saying? And it's always like those round 3 division matchups are always weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's always weird. You can get swept in the regular season like Tom Brady and them did a couple years ago, and they played the Saints in the playoffs. Caught them. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely think they have no shot without Tua. So if Tua does play, they got it. They've got a shot.
And again, Teddy ain't no good backup. I mean, he could play football, but the man, he not surviving. You know what I'm saying? Miami stat of the year, no backup quarterback has survived to the end of the game until just this past Sunday, bro. That was the first time when their backup quarterback survived. The fact that Tua keep dying on the field on a regular basis, and you got to keep having backup quarterbacks out there.
No, for sure. This is definitely going to be one of those situations as to where you have to have like a ready backup.
Right.
A viable ready backup.
A real
come in for Tua, just going forward.
Yeah.
Because they all made a paper right now, the ones they got.
You know what? I'm picking the Bills.
Yeah.
Just off of what I know today. Right. What I know today, I'm picking the Bills.
Today I'm picking the Bills.
And then you have the Ravens against the Bengals.
Now, they said Lamar playing is favorable they playing, but I mean...
They said that, but it's still
let me tell you something. In full Lovie Smith form, he going to get on the big FU. Y'all ain't want to give me no contract.
Facts.
I'm not going out there and playing.
Facts.
Let's see how y'all do in the playoffs with the lights on y'all.
And that was a question I would have.
You know what I mean?
Should he even try to step on the field?
Because it's a lose-lose to me.
I don't think it's a lose-lose. I think he can lose for playing, but I also think he can win big for playing. Now, if he pull a Flacco and go on a run and take him to the bowl,
that is the only. I feel like that's the only way things go positive outlook.
Now,
if he goes on a run and they let's say they make it to the championship.
And he ain't even. But see now, Flacco also on his run, he threw 300 yards and 3 touchdowns all 3 of them games. You feel me? That's what made sure Flacco got the bag. Not only did he win those games, he won them with his arm. You know what I'm saying?
It would be the same thing. We're talking about Joe Burrow round 1. You're more than likely going to get.
Right, so he going to have to play his way through.
Who would they get?
If he don't play, I respect that. Now, he only played 12 games this year. He's not top 10 in nothing. All right?
So again,
nothing.
And I had a feeling that would pop up, but at the
Justin Fields was the best rushing running quarterback.
That's fine, but at the same time, he had the same amount of weapons as Justin Fields. And they didn't have, they were a contending team the whole year with him as a quarterback.
I just feel like if he want to get the maximum dollar from the Ravens, he got to play. If he care about his dollar anywhere, then I wouldn't play. But if he care about his dollar from the Ravens,
it might be too late.
I feel like he got to play.
It might be too
late. It's not too late. I mean, again, it's not Sunday. Sunday is the game.
No. I mean, as far as the relationship between, I'm trying to prove something to y'all.
Okay. Well, you know what?
It might be too late.
It might be.
With some of the statements that Harbaugh made, as opposed to like,
but Harbaugh loves Jackson.
He knows nothing about what's going on with.
But Harbaugh like, man, I'm just like y'all. I really hope we get him back. Like, nah, bro, you need to be on top of this.
Exactly.
You're right, but he's not the one cutting the check.
He's not. But at least Harbaugh from his perspective, just from coaching, not from management, from coaching. Harbaugh at least is making it seem like I care about Lamar.
Because to find out that these teams are sending home medical staff with the players when they're going through rehabilitation, how can he get up there and say that, knowing that people know you got round-the-clock treatment going on with these players that's reporting back to the team?
Right? Yeah, but when you know that people on your ass about some shit that, I got a whole lot more to worry about, it's easier to just tell them, you know what, I ain't got nothing for you.
Man, look, let me tell you something. If Lamar Jackson go out there and play, and he plays subpar, they get blown out, whatever, they're going to look at
He can't have a bad game.
It's going to be one of two things. It's either you are not who we thought you were, or you shouldn't have came back.
Right.
Yeah.
So he can't have a bad game.
So to your point, I feel like unless he comes back and they go on a run, knocking in AFC playoffs is a gauntlet. So if he's going out there and he's knocking out these
young quarterbacks, because it's a bunch,
right?
He got to run through 3 or 4 of them.
If it winds up not being that, they're gonna try to lowball it.
Because look at it. If he was to go on a run, he would literally have to go through a bunch of quarterbacks. Like
it's all hitters left.
First is Burrow. Right. If you get past Burrow, then who he take on? The number 1 seed, which would be KC.
Right.
So he got to take on Mahomes second. And if he somehow get past Mahomes, it's either Herbo, Trevor, or Josh. You feel me? He ain't got no sweet quarterback nowhere in sight. The worst quarterback he could possibly face is Tua. That's the worst quarterback he could possibly face.
That's saying something. There.
That's what I'm saying. So that's why I say
That's crazy.
Me personally, if he wants the bag from the Ravens or from anyone, to get through that gauntlet would get him a bag.
But,
you feel me? To get through that gauntlet would get him a bag.
But he's not playing against the quarterback.
They don't have
against the defense.
True.
But if you do better than the opposing quarterbacks, and most of those quarterbacks already got a bag or got a higher draft pedigree.
True. But
this
is my thing though. You don't have the weapons to do it.
Exactly. So again,
out of those teams that we just named, they might have the worst skill set positions.
Yeah, no, it's not Mike. It's not Mike. It's Mike because even though Tua got the worst quarterback out of all the sets, he got the best wide receivers.
So you asking that man to go out there and shout out to the Fresh Prince when Will burnt down the kitchen and he said they got the dinner and they pulled the curtain back from the door. He said, "You made that delicious meal with this? Whole kitchen burnt down." You made this dinner with this?
Well, right. That's what he gonna have to do. He's going to be in there whipping up work.
It ain't no way. It's
Ratatouille.
Lose.
Right.
Ratatouille in the kitchen.
From my point of view, it's a lose-lose.
It is.
The most optimistic person, like, you would have to go on a run and
run.
Miraculously, we don't know how he did it.
But the run would secure the bag. So that's why I said if he wants to be a Raven, then I think he got to play. If he don't care where he going to end up next, and he just going to go to whatever person dropping a bag.
Let him go out there and throw like 200 yards, a pick. You know what I mean?
But if he throw 200 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, and he run for 80, that's an elite game now. You feel me? Not if they lose. But if they win, all he needs is 200 yards.
Listen, shout out to Jalen Hurts. He's going to help him get a deal. Because Jalen Hurts showed that he could go from a running quarterback to getting a wide receiver and actually produce.
Also, I don't agree with you only because Jalen Hurts we at the meat and potatoes of the season where you need him at his most, and he's going into the meat and potatoes situation with an injury.
I personally feel like Jalen Hurts got a shot because Lamar Jackson got MVP.
Yeah.
Facts.
That's why all these dual threats is getting in there.
That's why it's trendy now.
So let me preface it this way then. You got McNabbs of the world. You got all these other quarterbacks.
Russell Wilson is the reason Baker and who the other little bull? There's somebody else that's small. Zach Wilson too, but Russell's the reason them little dudes is getting love because them little dudes wasn't getting no love.
Arizona quarterback.
Yeah, Kyler too.
Kyler Murray.
Kyler is another reason why Lamar won't get paid.
But I think I think that
shout out to Kingsbury getting fired.
Lamar Jackson can get a contract somewhere else.
Who?
Lamar Jackson.
No, he can definitely get a contract, but the bag. Now, right now, if he never plays another down, he can get 5 years, $100 million from somebody, no problem. Right now,
he's trying to get guaranteed money. He's trying to
touch $300 million guaranteed.
He's trying to get Watson money.
He's trying to touch $300 million guaranteed.
Right.
Yeah. Now, if he want that, he got to play for the Ravens.
He go into the Texans to get a contract like that. To get a Deshaun Watson contract, you got to go play for the Texans.
And I think the Texans will give him that money.
Yeah, of course they would. But
they would.
Yeah. You got to build a team around
take that, and that's your last contract.
They already gave away the number 1 pick.
That's your last contract. $300 million guaranteed. I'll ride off into the sunset.
It's not that many teams, and like it's a bad time because it's not that many teams that need a quarterback for real.
Not right now, no. Especially when the draft capital is looking good.
It's like you got a lot of quarterbacks coming in. We just had a lot of quarterbacks coming in. I mean, who would need?
Aaron Rodgers is on the market.
So let's do this.
Aaron Rodgers is on the market.
They already put pressure on them, right? Talking about how they're doing black quarterbacks over the Texans. So that pressure they're putting on them, I guarantee they will overpay for a black quarterback right
absolutely.
now.
But again, it's bad juju down there. I don't know what they got going on down there. It's bad juju.
I got Texas.
Like I said, that's my feeling.
I got Texas for chilling on purpose and waiting for like Arch Manning just for the namesake, and it's from Texas. You feel me?
Yeah,
you could go ahead.
Wait. That's like
it's 1 year. It's 1 more year.
Yeah,
it ain't a lot.
No.
2 at most.
No. I think he just.
He at Texas now.
He just committed. He's not there yet. He just committed.
So next year he's
not there yet.
He's still in high school.
Yeah.
Oh,
this is the transition. This is him going.
Okay, got it.
Because I know he's going to Texas.
Yeah, he's going to Texas. So we think we're talking about at least 2 more years.
Oh, well then, nah, they can go ahead and do something else to him. They can sign a bridge.
Atlanta, maybe? Lamar in Atlanta?
No.
It's possible.
No?
I don't see him in Atlanta. Nah.
Carolina?
I would hate him in Carolina, though. I can see him there, but I would hate
Washington?
him. I can definitely see him in Washington.
Yeah.
It's down the street from Baltimore, too. I can see him in Washington. He wouldn't even move.
Yeah, they got a nice little squad there. And they
He
got a
wouldn't
nice
even
little
move.
coaching staff over there, too.
Trying to think who else we need more.
He could dominate for Washington.
Vikings?
No.
Why? Because you got
They're not giving
Because you got got Captain Mid over there.
Now,
the reason why they're in the playoffs right now. That's the reason why.
Yeah.
And you can knock Kirk Cousins all you want.
Hold on. Yeah, they in the playoffs right now. Let their ass get upset.
Right.
It's gonna be Kirk Cousins' fault when they lose. When they lose, it's gonna be obvious that it was Kirk Cousins that messed up.
Yeah.
That's the thing about it. It ain't like you're gonna be wondering what happened.
It's Daniel Jones.
but again, Danny Dimes.
New York.
Yeah.
Danny Dimes is solid.
Lamar Jackson, Giants.
No, because Danny Dimes is earning his keep.
Yeah, but see,
Danny Dimes is earning his keep.
He got them to the playoffs.
You would throw him. You would alley-oop him to the trash can immediately.
You know what it is? I know we loving our dude. We love our dude.
To the trash can.
I would personally.
Listen to me. I personally think we love our dual threat quarterback, and that's the future of the league. But something about that traditional 6'5" in the pocket white quarterback.
The Jets.
The Jets gonna fuck up everything they touch. So I don't know.
And they will overpay.
No. And your Tennessee Titans.
Oh, for sure.
We'll draft a black quarterback before we sign one. I'm keeping it a B. I'm gonna keep it a whole B. We don't like to pay nobody. So I personally think we would draft a black quarterback before we pay one out off the street. We would never do that. That's not the type of shit we do. We rude to black athletes for money. We don't pay, which is why AJ Brown is gone. Yeah. Everybody else got their $20 million a year except AJ Brown. You feel me?
AJ Brown.
All we had to do was give him $20 million, and we let him walk.
That's it.
$20 million is a lot for us to get to a wide receiver. We never do that. Raiders could definitely. He would be the shit for the Raiders. He would be all that, and it'd be him and Devontae. That'd be a bomb. That'd be all that. That'd be all that. That'd be all that.
That would be dope.
That's home. That's it right there. That's a home run hit.
I think
that's a home run hit.
I think those are the teams.
That's a home run hit. It's another one.
Would you get rid of Geno?
I thought about it, but because Geno did so well, I'm gonna let him have it.
Could you see him in LA with the Rams?
They got Stafford though. I don't.
They have Baker Mayfield. They have Baker Mayfield right now.
I'm saying, but they got Stafford. He only there because Stafford going.
Right.
And he got a husky ass contract. So
the Rams did so bad this year. I'm pretty sure they would do anything. They're the worst Super Bowl defending champion ever.
Well, we know
no defending Super Bowl champion has ever lost this many games.
We know for sure Lamar's not going to the Patriots. So
no.
I mean, but Belichick love it.
I'm sure.
Belichick love it.
You don't love him enough to sign him.
Nah.
So I mean, it's
not for that much money. Not for that much money.
So what's the best opportunity then?
So you want to think about the teams that be willing to pay him that much money. Like you said, New England is not paying.
Raiders for sure would give it to him. Raiders are giving him money, and he'd be in a good place.
I like the Jets.
I don't like.
I like the Jets. I like the Jets.
I don't like.
I've been a fan of the Jets this entire season.
Yeah.
I mean, that's their. For him, I don't like the Jets. For him, I don't like the Jets.
So we said Carolina, Texans, Panthers.
But you heard their owner talking about how the next step is here for next year, and their coach. I feel like if they get the right opportunity for the right quarterback, they're gonna pay that money to get him.
Yeah, because they're not really paying nobody anyway.
Right.
They're not really paying nobody at all. And especially after what they went through with Zach Wilson, I would get rid of him.
And it's not a big move. And it's not a big move.
Hey, yo, for those who don't know, Georgia is fucking destroying TCU right now.
Really?
They destroy them, dog. No, they not, bro. Underfrog. Yo, I love the. Yo, they beating shit down their leg. But I thought I knew we are.
What quarter is it?
Anybody with sense.
Okay.
Anybody with sense knew that joint was gonna be a super blowout.
They got time to be about 50.
Anybody with sense knew this was gonna be a major blowout. I just loved it. The only thing I loved about it.
TCU for making it there.
TCU had
making it there.
The energy was like when the Eagles was the underdog because they ran with the underfrog joint, and I was like, "Yo, this is hot. Underfrog is hot." You know what I'm saying? But that's it. That's the only thing that was good about the whole run. Underfrog.
Shout out to TCU for making it there.
Underfrog. You know what I'm saying?
Stetson Bennett getting busy. 2 passing touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns.
Underfrog. You know what I'm saying?
He's not that good though.
He's not important at all. He's not special.
He's not that good.
He's not special. He's a quarterback.
So he gets that defense.
That defense is gaudy.
Hot take, I got TCU coming back.
Put it on FanDuel right now, $5. Put a hot sizzling $5 on FanDuel right now.
I put 50 cents on it.
Plus 40,000.
No, that's not a hot take. I'm joking.
Yo, TCU shouldn't be here. You know what I'm saying? TCU.
So
moments like this is where you like, all right, Alabama should have got their spot.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right.
Alabama should have got their spot.
They're moving to expand the college playoffs anyway.
Right.
Games like this is like,
so that
told you.
Right, exactly.
These are the told you moments.
We needed to be 10 seeds just so Alabama could fall in if we need them to. You know what I'm saying? If it's not looking like guaranteed, we need them to be able to fall in.
We can lock in at least like 6 teams, and then we can have 4.
They have to expand it.
Shout out to the bubbles. You know what I'm saying? Because of the bubbles and the Sixers. I mean the NBA then gave them an extra four spots each. You know what I'm saying? Each conference get an extra 4 spots.
Yeah.
Everything in sports is changing.
Yo, money.
It is.
It's money, bro.
More games, more
It's only
money.
one bye week now in football. I mean, per conference before we used to get 2.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The playoff team make it. You know, you get expanded the playoffs. NBA got the play-in tournament. You know what I mean? Everything is.
So if you had to pick right now for a team to win the Super Bowl, who you guys picking?
Picking the Chiefs. If I had to make a favorite,
right now,
I'm picking the Chiefs. I'm sorry.
I know I caught you guys off guard with this one.
You ain't catch me off guard. I'm ready. I'm taking the Chiefs.
People not gonna like it. The 49ers.
That's not a big pick. That's not a bad pick at all. I like them. You heard me say earlier, I don't think nobody beat the 49ers.
So I'm gonna be the only person up here taking the home team, Philadelphia Eagles.
Because you being a homer.
No. I just like
Jalen's injury scares me, low key. I'm not gonna lie to you. It scares me.
He didn't look that good.
Yeah.
He didn't look that
His
good.
injury scares me.
But also, I think it's a rhythm thing as well.
That's also true.
The rhythm is still there,
He
though.
probably didn't get much practice, and then he's like, I'm going off pure athleticism right now.
Right.
Let's secure this win. Let's get a decent lead because they started coming back.
Yeah.
Let's blow the doors off, and then I'm gonna kind of coach the rest of the way.
I think
the 49ers are scary. I don't think even the Eagles. I'm an Eagles fan, 100%. I don't think
nobody want that defense.
We would have a good we would have a closer matchup than people realize with the 49ers.
Oh, absolutely.
Because they have multiple legit running backs.
The wide receivers are running backs.
Yeah, like
the wide receivers, Ayuk and Debo.
If Lane Johnson comes back,
you know what I mean?
I'm picking the Eagles. If Lane Johnson comes back,
No, Lane on that side is all you need.
Come back,
Lane come back is solid.
That's another thing. We got question marks. I like Christian McCaffrey over there. That's legit full circle. Like life comes full circle. Like he grew up
as a Niner,
basically as a
baby Niner.
You know what I'm saying? Or in that Shanahan system.
Like
his pop played in the Shanahan system, so he knows the system. Like that's like full circle. The son brings in the son of of a former player of a coach. Like it's like that. That's the stuff you make a movie about.
Because now my coach and me, we talk about our dads. Like, you remember when your dad made my dad do this? You want to try that?
You want to try that? Yeah.
Yeah, look, fuck it. That's when you get the Philly. That's when somebody pull out a Philly on you. Right.
And then it's like McCaffrey, Debo, and Kittle. That's a crazy.
And Ayuk, give Ayuk the love because Ayuk be snapping, bro. Ayuk be snapping.
Come back last game.
He did.
Yeah.
And Elijah Mitchell.
Elijah back too. Yo, man, no, they got a lot. It's a lot. And George Kittle's low key was quietly the second most consistent tight end of the year. Low key.
Safety blanket.
He was low key the second most consistent tight end of the year.
The only way they lose that game is Brock Purdy doesn't show up.
And you know what, Purdy gonna show up because Purdy is Mr. Relevant and Purdy can do no wrong. And he played.
They had a game. What was it 2 weeks ago? They got the doors blown off. Who they play? Who the Niners play? And they like mad points they put up on them.
But that was the defense folding.
No, my point though. That's my point. Let me see exactly who that was.
Because I feel like Purdy just out here
The
like,
Raiders.
man, I could do no wrong.
Raiders?
They put 34 on them. They lost. The Raiders lost, but they put 34 up on them. And that was the Stidham game, right? Stidham was getting.
Yeah, I said it was game of the week. Sturdy versus Purdy. Sturdy versus Purdy.
Stidham was getting.
Yo, Stidham was holding down.
So
that's what I'm saying. I like Stidham next to Josh McDaniels. That's his coach. That's his coach.
Yeah, that's
his quarterback.
From New England.
Stidham was already in McDaniels' system for 4 years.
Oh, wow.
So he came in ready to roll.
Right.
You feel me? He came in ready to roll.
He's like, I'll give you a shot, kid.
And he held it down.
I'll give you a shot.
Held it down. Had Devontae out there looking like Devontae anyway.
Send Derek Carr home. Like, nah, bro, I'm tired of this. You good?
Man.
Derek said he didn't want to be a distraction.
I was about to say, when I heard that statement, I was like, man, for you to be coming out crying about your teammates and all the different things, and you go home.
I think that's why they bitched. I think that's why they bitched because he was crying before.
Right.
I'm like,
Yo, man, get out of here, man. Put your glasses back on.
How you the ultimate teammate in that way? You're like crying for a team, but you don't want to be a teammate on the bench.
Well, you know what? But no, he's embarrassed. Mr. Irrelevant took your spot. Well, no, Stidham took his spot.
Yeah.
But he's embarrassed. I personally think he's embarrassed.
He shouldn't play another day in the Raiders jersey.
Nah, that's dead.
So if I had to liken it to a situation, I mean, we're talking about like Carson Wentz and Jalen Hurts. Like, yeah, Carson Wentz is like, yo, this is my team, and you mean I not.
Or
Carson Wentz, I shouldn't have to fight for my spot, type of thing.
Or Carson Wentz and what's his name? The Super Bowl.
Foles, right.
Nick Foles.
Right. Looks better. You know what I mean? Looks better in practice. The teammates are murmuring. They like, look,
you got a statue. I gotta walk past your statue every day.
Yeah. That's fair.
I mean, but still, man, if you gonna cry for your teammates, man, cry for your also your competition.
I ain't mad at Carr, man.
Who else we got on the playoff slate?
That's it.
That's all of them. Yeah, that was it.
You did the AFC?
Yeah, we did them all. There's not as many games this week.
No, playoffs.
Some teams got eliminated.
But I definitely like the Chiefs to come out of the AFC.
KC got to buy, and the Eagles got to buy.
Out the NFC, if I had to pick somebody out the NFC, I'm taking the Eagles actually out of the NFC to make it out of the NFC. But I like the Chiefs to take the whole thing.
So not the 49ers?
No. If I had to pick somebody after the Eagles, it would be the GOAT. And then the 49ers. 49ers would be third out the NFC for me.
Okay.
I would love to see the Eagles versus Andy Reid in the Super Bowl.
That would be an awesome Super Bowl. That would be beautiful. That would be beautiful. Andy Reid would have the most ratings of his lifetime. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's here for Andy. We're all here for Andy. No. As Eagles fans will be happy. I mean, these Philadelphia, they so rude. Y'all gonna be mean. Y'all gonna act like y'all don't even know ball all of a sudden.
First off, here goes something about the Eagles that people don't realize. We were only 3 sacks off. 2 from tying and 3 from setting the all-time record of most sacks in a season.
That's not impressive.
What?
You got to break the record for it to be impressive.
All I'm saying is
getting close, not it.
What I'm saying, what I said is people are underselling what the Eagles defense did this past year.
It was pretty good.
Pass rush was
goofy. First team ever with 5 players with 10 plus sacks.
Yeah. 4, but go ahead.
5. Well, we got 5 flirting. Mans might have had
5,
8, 9.
Yeah, it was a couple 8 and 9. Yeah, but 4 over 10.
Yeah, we got a lot of sacks on Ryan Tannehill too.
I don't know if it was that many. I don't think it was that many.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to that guy.
Listen, but shout out to the NFL right now making noise, and the playoffs is coming.
Playoffs.
Playoffs.
You talking about playoffs? Hell yeah, it's playoffs. Hell yeah.
The Check It Up podcast is gonna be here in
Check It Up.
So check it up. Take us home.
And now for the end of the day. Yeah, it's been another great day. Thank you for coming through. You already know what it is. It's your boy Mouse Lion Shard B.
And I'm EJ at Check It Up Podcast and Physique Kings.
And bees.
We in this joint. Check it up, you know what I'm saying? The best podcast, you know what I'm saying? Holla at us, you know what I'm saying? We in the building. See you next week.
Titan talk. No more Titan talk. No
and
more.
Please make
Titan
sure
talk.
you subscribe.
We can talk about the
No
Rockets.
more Titan
Can we talk basketball?
No.
This is the barbershop.
They got the worst record in the league. No
So?
Titans, no Rocket talk either.
They lost 7 games in a row, bro.
Go on, man. You're done.
Everybody fired. Good riddance, Todd Downing. I'm so glad you're gone. Mike Vrabel,
Yeah.
I still love you.
It's over.
Shout out to the podcast. Check it up.
He gonna cry in the car.
I'm going to cry right now. I'm going to just turn the camera off. That's all. I hate it here.
It's a whole lot of that.